change, yeah.
The NXL World Cup, the biggest and most important event in the paintball world, and by far the hardest to win. 24 pro teams will take over the main stage and battle over 4 difficult days, but only one squad will earn the right to call themselves world champs. A win here, and your team becomes a legend forever. Through 4 events in 2022, only 2 teams have won a tournament. Leading the pack is San Diego Dynasty, who took the first 2. After 20 years of precedent-setting greatness, they are still the best and most consistent team in the game. A win this weekend will make it 4 world championships in a row for the Dragon. But Tampa Bay Damage's tactical brilliance and Jacob Edwards' one-on-one ability has put them right on Dynasty's heels. Without a doubt, this veteran squad has the momentum after winning the last 2 in Philly and Chicago. These are the odds-on favorites, but the field contains other squads who could see the view from the top of the podium. Former world champs Houston Heat and San Antonio X-Factor's all-star rosters are dialed, and both teams have been to the finals this season. Impact, Infamous, AC Diesel, and Red Legion, all experienced crews who have redemption on their minds as this season has been filled with mostly frustration. New York Extreme and the New Orleans Hurricanes are both talented, up-and-coming dark horse squads whose skill and tenacity have teared up in 2022, and they both could go deep on Sunday. The Toulouse Tauntauns are looking to prove themselves stateside after winning the European Series, and they will be joined by rivals Stockholm Joy Division, Poland's Burst Factory, and the Lucky 15s from Great Britain. The stage is set for the most treacherous test of the year. New heroes could arise and favorites could fall, as the best paintball teams in the world throw down in Orlando, Florida to see who will reign as the NXL World Cup champion. Welcome to day 1 here, the competition going down at the 2024 NXL Major League Paintball Windy City Major. I'm Matty Marshall alongside paintball legend Rich Telford, and we have a great set to start out this morning battle here, as it's going to be Edmonton Impact taking on AC Diesel and Aftershock and Infamous. So Impact going to be one of the favorites here, Rich. Yep. This is an aggressive field. Typically when I talk to everyone, go around, talk to leaders of squads and the elite players out here and all the coaches, there's typically about 20 to 30% of information and strategy that there's going to be some dissension on. Not on this one. Everyone knows how to play this field. Everyone knows what we're going to see out of this field, and we're probably going to see a lot of points. I just talked to Mark Yakimek, owner of and coach of Impact, and he was saying it's a little bit spooky out there because there's going to be a lot of aggressive moves. Impact, again, one of the favorites here with how well, Rich, that they played at the last event, and they're taking on Diesel. Diesel needs to step up here at this event. We got 2 more events in the 2024 season starting today. Diesel needs a big performance here in Chicago.
I'm just excited that we're starting off with a banger, right? We usually start off the mornings with kind of slow when the low-ranked matches, but being able to watch Impact and Diesel here this first match is amazing. Impact looked really good last weekend in practice. This field, though, Matty, is one of those fields where I feel like it helps the teams that are kind of lower-ranked because there's so much fast action going on. There's so much read and react that the really good players don't have time to kind of sit back, set up traps, communicate, really work on developing the play. It's like, hey, I'm in your face. If you don't deal with me right now, you're going to lose 2 of your buddies.
And that's pretty much probably what we're going to see out of this field.
Hey,
snake
crossed.
Snake on both sides. You
crossed.
see those big forest of giant bunkers in the middle. And there you can do some stuff in the middle, but it's typically going to see probably players close from the middle and the action flood outside. There goes line 1 here for Impact. Brandon Cornell and Dalton Vanderbilt.
And looks like Nick Laval going to be going up the middle. And then there's JC, Justin Cornell, and Mike Zupa on the right-hand side of your screen to take on AC Diesel. So Impact sitting at 6th overall. They took 6th at the first event, but the 15th place. First time they missed Sunday in over 10 years.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking.
But then they came right back, took a 3rd. And, I mean, it was just kind of unfortunate for them that they met Red Legion in the semifinals, and that was as close as it gets. It was a 5-4 loss for Edmonton Impact, but yeah, make no mistake, they are a favorite here at this event. Also in this set is going to be a team that made it all the way to the finals at the last event. It's Chicago Aftershock. Their stock has done nothing but rise. They're currently 5th overall with the 15th at the first event, a 4th in Texas, and then 2nd in Atlantic City, and they're going to be taking on Infamous. A little bit of a light line. Shout out to Callie Rudolph. Family had another baby. Zach Patient had back surgery, and Brett Messer also had surgery as well, too, this season. They did pick up Ryan Rodarte, but running with the OG-type skeleton crew.
Yeah, little slight squad there.
So that's going to be the first set here. Impact, Diesel, Aftershock, and Infamous. And clock is stopped at 31 seconds, so probably just getting one little thing dialed in here before we jump in. And there's going to be the first line for Diesel. So look for Goldman, number 89, to be attacking on the snake side. Interesting to see if they're going to play him as the 1 or the 2. You got Cody Minkowski over there. Looks like they're going to send BJ Henningberg. With his speed and his aggression, Mark Johnson will be playing the middle. And is it Spica for the 5th body? Yes, it is.
Yeah, I watched a few Diesel's practice points yesterday, and they had some fast points.
So everyone just getting chronoed on.
10 seconds.
10 seconds to go. About to jump into point number 1, the Windy City Major, as the battle begins, the 4th event of the year.
Yeah, I watched Impact's practice last weekend, Maddie, and both Nick Laval and Brandon Cornell had 4 pieces running through the middle. So watch for those guys to make moves to the middle. Here comes Nick Laval.
So on the breakout, looks like Impact playing hyper-aggressive. They take the Dorito Snake, and they're going to get an inside kill on Mark Johnson. 5-on-4 situation here in favor of Edmonton Impact as another body. Alice Goldman takes the walk. Diesel does dive into that D-side Snake 1, but here comes a full-court press from Edmonton Impact as bodies are falling all over for Diesel. Cody Minkowski scrambles out to the back corner bunker and makes it alive, but Rich, it is looking really bad for Diesel here.
Yeah, 5-on-2 advantage here for Impact, Maddie.
So Impact is swarming up the field. They're at the 50s or past it on both sides. And here comes a full commitment on the Dorito side of the field. And we're going to see a concession to preserve time from AC Diesel. So couldn't have gone better for Impact in point number 1.
Yeah, that's literally exactly how Dave and Bart drew it up. And the guys executed that perfectly. And that's what you've been talking about a little bit this weekend, Maddie, is a lot of teams are going to have similar game plans, but who can go out and execute their game plan, right? Who can kind of insert their will on the other team, and that's what it's going to come down to when you have these big teams matching up early.
Yeah, in the pits now with Diesel. Coach Ryan Gray probably a little frustrated with how that one went. But yeah, I mean, no mystery out here, right? You know, I talked to Bart about this, talked to a lot of the coaches. Everyone knows how this field's going to play. And the conversation I had with Bart is, he's like, yeah, we all know how it's going to play. It's who's going to execute. And that's going to be the big question all event long. Who is going to execute? This is not a mysterious field. It is a little scary, though. I talked to Ryan Moorhead yesterday from Houston Heat. They'll be playing a little bit later on as we're about to watch point number 1 with Aftershock and Infamous. He called this a bloody thinking man snake because that is what we're probably going to see a lot with both teams getting a body in there here eventually. Jumping into point number 1, doubling up that back center over the shoulders of Infamous. They're going to be on the blue side.
5-on-5 breakout, Maddie.
Yeah, 5-on-5.
Hall's getting a check there in California. Looks like he's okay.
A good spread here for Shock as they're going to get a body up into that D1 Snake as the body does drop for Infamous, and I think that's Sam Soberg taking the walk.
I think that's Ryan Hosky in that 50 for Aftershock, Maddie, just assassinating Infamous players left and right. Gets 1, gets 2. 2 players left for Infamous now. He gets another one. Only 1 player left alive for Infamous.
Hosky does get clipped out, but not before he did his damage. Hosky, the rookie this year, has earned the starting spot, and looks like he's going to be playing that D-side Snake with LJ Parrish going to be the first attacker in the actual Snake.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of LJ Parrish and Corey Hall over here on this tape, I believe. Rodriguez looking to move up the middle. 4-on-1 here. Ooh, they put it on him.
Russellback
wearing it.
Yeah, catching a couple extra here as It was not much that Brustleback could do in that position as the bodies died behind him. We're going to see that quite a bit, too. A lot of the early bodies that are dropping, Rich, and, you know, you coached New York Extreme. I'm sure you guys saw all the same things as everyone else saw. But a lot of bodies dropping off the break are also coming out of the backfield. 100%, not necessarily the front guys.
Yeah, we kind of talk all weekend between teams. Everyone's kind of checking in on each other and on each other's practices. And the common denominator was that everyone was losing their 2s and their 3s out of the kind of primary 2, 3, 4 spots, and not their 1s.
So we'll see if that trend continues here when we actually play the tournament.
And it's nothing more frustrating as a 1, right? Is to push your way all the way up there, shoot a guy or two, think, hey, this game's going really well, and then somebody comes gets you.
Look what just happened to Tim Brustleback. He was in a good spot. Yeah. He just lost everyone behind him.
Yeah, everybody else just decided to check out that point.
Yeah, and Ryan Hosky went to town over there in that D-side snake.
And that shows you how fast that side can play. If you don't contend with that guy, you let him get to that 50, he's going to get a couple. If you let him get past, he's going to get a couple more.
Yeah, you can win points from both sides.
Yeah.
I mean, the actual snake is a little bit longer than the D-side snake, but that D-side snake is very potent as well, too. So point number 2 right now. These teams switch sides every time a point is won, so Impact is now on the blue side. A little bit quicker to go here for Diesel as Goldman is on Impact's side. Right on the other side here is see if Mike Dorina hears the gun. He does. So he comes around, and he's going to trade out. Did Goldman get a crossfield shot?
I don't know if he got the guy going the snake, but he got home and then traded, so he got at least 2. He missed the guy crawling in the snake.
4-on-3 situation, though Impact does have a body in that 50-yard line as another body's going to be dropping. It's going to be Diesel this time, so they threw away the high body situation. Going to be a 3-on-3 here currently as they dip Kyle Spica into the snake, and he's going to crawl right past snake 3, go to that 50-yard line. Those were the good shots. Or
I think it's 3-on-3, Matty.
Yeah, 3-on-3. It was 4-on-3, went to 3-on-3 with it. Oh, and he gets the crossfield shot, so Spica strikes. He gets the crossfield kill. You got to get past the 50 to have the best shots here. Oh, and then eats up Zach Yakimek as well, too. So Tyler Panilo taking the walk, Zach taking the walk, and all of a sudden it's looking really good here with Kyle Spica clocking in.
2-on-1.
Little double pack, 2-pack of kills here for Kyle Spica to turn the tables in that evened up 3-3 situation.
And like Matty, like we often talk about it, it's not necessarily the first guy that wins the snake battle for you. It's the second or third guy, right? Mouse did a great job going in, clearing it out, getting 2 kills, making room. Spica goes in, gets the next kill, contains this side, and then up in a 2-on-1 with Clint Johnson able to spread to the Dorito side and get in the containment over there.
Beautiful point by Kyle Spica. Secondary on the attack, and as Rich was just breaking down, typically that's paintball, right? But on layout contingent, we'll see what is actually proficient and working out there. But if you don't have a 2 that's willing to get up in there and go to town on either side of this field, probably not going to be winning a lot of games out here.
Yeah, and if you don't have a strong guy that can play snake side on both sides, 2 strong snake guys, right? Or a Dorito guy that can play snake side over there.
Well, Spica came up being a relentless attacker, and so did Goldman. So I like the double stack of Goldman and Spica here on the snake side for Diesel. It could bode well for him. They got a tie score with Edmonton Impact.
I like Alex immediately crawling down there.
Oh, Spica. Oh, we're going to get looks like we got our first puke of the event here.
Yeah, it is 8:08, so it's right on schedule.
Well, no, but so Spica's sick. Spica, I did the Spick and Span show last Tuesday, and he's been dealing with an illness for about a week. He's on antibiotics, and that tears your stomach up. So
hope he gets better fast.
All right, jumping into point number 2 here. These teams also switch sides. Shock in the blue and going to be on the blue side. And on the break, they take D3 and Snake 1. So aggressive breakout here. Infamous goes also aggressive into the Snake with Jonah Jamrose. And they spread out wide D side into D1. 5-on-5 break here, Rich.
Yeah, I like that both teams took Snake on the break. Infamous losing their first attack to D side, Matty.
Yeah, dying out of his spot. So I think that's Sam again. 2 points in a row here for Sam Silberg taking an early walk. He's been lights out for him all year long, so definitely going to need him to clock in. 4-on-5 situation, advantage Aftershock.
Corey Hall refilling to the snake corner behind LJ. Ryan Hall seeing that and mirrors it up, gets to the snake corner as well. So both teams with 2 players in the snake. Aftershock with the 3rd player now. Alex Rodriguez filling into snake side. So 3 on this side for Shock, 2 on this side for Infamous. 4-on-5 advantage here for Aftershock. Both teams in good positions, snake side and D side. I guess we're going to call that the D side, right?
D side snake.
Yeah.
Because it actually has 3 Doritos on each side, so
yeah. It works for me.
It's relatively descriptive.
I think that's Hosky again in that Dorito side 50 early. And if you don't know he's there, he can do a lot of damage. And you can't really keep him from going forward. Now Infamous moves forward into that Dorito 3, that he can keep him from wrapping from there.
Yeah, he's in a really good spot. He doesn't have where's his protection? Okay,
there he
protection's
is.
Thomas Kim.
I was looking for the same thing.
So Thomas Kim's now just made a bump into D3, so he's outside wider to help out Hosky and a little bit more forward up to get some better crossfield angles. Those Doritos, if there's any fortresses on this field, it's the Doritos, those 3 Doritos.
Yeah, the back one, because it's turned the way it is kind of hard to live when they start moving up the snake.
But
the 2 and 3 are very, very strong.
Totally agree. 2 and 3 is where you want to be.
Did you just rhyme? Did you set that up?
Hey, it's early in the morning. We got to get some rhymes out here. Yeah, so right now, good comms, good communication here from the Infamous. They're trying to figure out where that body is. And Ryan Rodarte walks down to that 50-yard line brick and gets that nice cross shot on the thorn in their side, Hosky. So trades the body. Hosky had to die there. It was a nice move by Ryan Rodarte.
He definitely had to move there. Unfortunately, just mathematically, Infamous didn't have the body to spend, right? Because now it's a 3-on-4. Infamous has only got one guy on the Dorito side of the field against.
But it gives Jonah, I don't disagree with you, but it gives Jonah.
He did have to die 100%.
Yeah, he had to die, and now Jonah has some breathing room.
Yeah.
And they get the crossfield shot on Thomas Kim, so things are starting to look a lot better here for Infamous, but they went to sleep on Parrish. Parrish comes around. Ooh, Jonah, careful not to pull that trigger. He does get protection from Ryan Hall, so Ryan Hall shoots out Parrish, and then looks like Infamous going to make the big move all the way during that chaos to the 50 on the D-side snake. I think that's Joe Barrett, and Joe Barrett's going to get the quick kill. So in a...
Wow, Shock had all the bodies in all the spots.
Well, we were talking about how Bart or Yakimek had said, hey, this field is a little spooky. It's a little scary out there because of situations like this.
Yeah.
We talk about the scramble throughout the years, and that was a good example of it. You get to a certain point where the game plan's out the window. It's just now we're working on basic principles of how this field plays, and the bodies are dropping back and forth, and it's who's going to make that best move to get themselves in that chaos into a good spot and get those kills, and it was Joe Barrett for Infamous.
Yep, really good read and react from Joe Barrett, which is what he does really well, right? Sees the whole field, sees the strengths, weaknesses, and kind of plays off of it.
In the pits now with Shock, let's listen in.
Got to connect a little bit more on what we're trying to do. What is this? Hi, Mom.
Nick Sloviak.
Legendary.
The beloved Nick Sloviak.
Diesel going to be breaking out from the blue and Impact from the red.
Well, 2 tie ball games here in this set. Edmonton Impact, AC Diesel playing .3, and first body drop going to be Impact. Trying to streak out wide here, snake side, so 4-on-5 here in favor of Diesel.
Well, and Impact with a little bit of a problem because they didn't put anybody in that small temple, Matty, and that's the only guy who sees the snake field, so they might not know that Diesel's already in the snake.
I think he got shot a couple steps out of that start gate.
Yeah, it's pretty hairy around that back center early on these points.
Well, JC's in a good spot. He's in snake 2. He does have an enemy right in front of him, though, and they're going to be losing another body as Dalton taking the walk.
Yeah, Diesel looking really strong here, snake side, Matty. 3 players on the snake side with just JC for Impact over here.
Well, Impact's, it's just JC. He's on an island, but he does have Brandon Cornell in the D1 snake. But better field position and the numerical superiority here for Diesel. This is Diesel. Diesel cannot lose this point. Oh, they sacrifice a body as... Is that BJ? Trying to make a move. Oh, and a penalty. So this is how you throw high body situations away. They lose, I think, Henneberg on that top side, and then JC just gets eaten up by Spica. And then Spica's going to check off cross field. There's no Brandon I think, is Brandon still alive over there?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
He just dipped down to that baby Dorito.
So Spica,
now he's in the 50.
Oh, no, sorry. This isn't Spica. This is their new pickup, Silos Cortez. He's actually wearing Ryan Gary's jersey. So Cortez in a really good spot, but I don't know if he knows whether or not Brandon's still alive, because Brandon is hunting. Brandon is past the 50-yard line. He's not feeling any pressure. He's wrapping around. Goldman is still alive, so this is 2 with that penalty and that death over there. And then, sure enough, Brandon Cornell clocks in to get that beautiful crossfield kill. That leaves just Goldman. Alex Mouse Goldman moves up a bunker, gets into snake 3. It's a 2-on-1. Here in favor of Impact, so that penalty that was terrible here for Diesel.
Nick Laval repositioning from back center to swing this way. Both Impact players communicating, trying to find out where Mouse is. Mouse has got to basically catch one of these guys in a gunfight, eliminate him, and then play a one-on-one. So they know he's in the snake, they just don't know where he's at in the snake.
He said, which snake? He's like, I don't know. That's still good comms, right? Did he bounce him?
He bounces Brandon, and Brandon shoots him.
Yeah, so just things not going AC Diesel's way in that point. They lose that topside body. I think that was Henningberg. and then a penalty on an inside body pulled out. So they basically lost 3 within about 5 seconds of each other. It put them in a tough spot. And then Brandon Cornell stayed alive in that madness and was able to close things out with Nick Laval. And they're going to take a slight lead, but that is a really frustrating point for Diesel because they had a high body situation and couldn't do anything with it.
2 in a row, right, where they've had high body situations and not been able to capitalize.
Well, they won one of them.
Yeah, but that's the third.
Let's listen in real quick.
Let's not assume things, dude. Hey, let's go. We're good, boys. They did nothing special, guys. Just that.
10 seconds.
Well, Goldman said, let's not assume things. Let's try to figure out where they actually are. It's just tough on this field. That snake, once he gets in there, really, it's hard. Unless he pops up and dedicates on a lane, tough to figure it out. It looks like Hall going to get bounced. No, Ryan Hall going to be taking the walk off the break. So 5-on-4 here in favor of Shock. Tie ball game, 10:58 to go. Shock on the red side now.
53 advantage Shock, Matt. 5-on-3 advantage for Aftershock.
Yeah, Sam's having a rough one this morning, man. That's 3 points in a row over there. If that is Sam, sorry if it's not, but
Shock loses LJ Parrish. Oh, great move.
A-Rod drops the hammer on Rodarte up in the middle.
But Rodarte gets 3, Matt.
Yeah, I saw Rodarte this morning. Hey, man, good to see you back here. He's, OG dude, played for years and then came back in the game. He was on Heat's roster at the last one as they needed a guy with no Connor Kelly. But then Connor comes back, and then so he goes right over to Infamous. And the referee running over thought we're going to see a penalty, but it looks like just wanted to give Kim a check in D3. So as the dust settles.
Yeah, Infamous pulled that one back, and then Shock pulled it back from them again.
We're already getting some really entertaining paintball here. This field is definitely as advertised. This is what we thought we were going to see based on the info coming out of the practices. And it's been back and forth seesaw moves, chaotic points.
And remember, when you have a fast field that plays aggressively and entertainingly, Matt and I designed that field. If there's a slow field, that's the one Jason designed, just so you guys know at home. And both matches nice and tight, too.
Yeah.
It's going to be, schedule-wise, I think it's going to be a long day because some of these matches are going to have a lot of points.
Yeah, lots of points to be played today here. And we think the longest point we've seen out here is maybe 2 minutes so far. Now, we haven't seen a lot of points yet, 6 total, but
I was talking to the guys on the coaches show, and they time all their points in practice. So they were saying average of like 145 to, just 150 kind of in there.
We're below that right now.
Yeah.
So jumping into this next one here, over the shoulders of Impact, there's Trevor Reeser trying to lace his line here towards the snake side. Doesn't get his shot on Silos. As Silos makes it in clean, he's into snake 2.
Impact losing their first player on the break, snake side, Matty.
They're going to flood a body this way, so Reeser's going to come this way to help out Urena. Urena's going to hit the deck and crawl up into snake 1 and makes it clean. Silos Ortez is going to crawl up into snake 3. He's here on your screen. Looks like he's going to go right past snake 3 and try to get to that 50-yard line. That's where the good shots are.
Yeah. Silos played well that first point. Let's see if he can have another good point and earn that start and spin here on Diesel. Man, Spica, Silos, and Mouse, that's a tough 3-man combo.
A lot of good snake players on that line.
They could have 4 snakes, and they'd be just fine.
Well, they need something right now. They're down a point, and Silos Cortez is right on the other side of Urena. As soon as he shoots his gun, Urena's going to hear it and probably come around to try to at least trade. He does have Reeser who got in there with him. Reeser trying to control down that sideline. Spica's actually shooting inside. So Mikey pops the top, and then Silos Cortez has to come around, does trade his body to get Mikey out of there. So both teams still with the body in the snake, and then another body drops for Impact as Tyler Panilo takes a walk as he tried to get to the 50 in the D-side snake. Trevor Reeser is now going to launch, knowing he's in a low body moment and trying to catch AC Diesel sleeping.
Yeah, but they've got AC Diesel also got the Dorito 50 Matty, so it's a 3-on-1, and Trevor's just in a really bad spot.
Goldman drops the hammer, and they check off, making sure that everyone's dead. And we're going to have another tie ball game. Diesel's playing very proactive.
Yep.
And they are definitely playing aggressive. They're utilizing their weapons nicely. I mean, other than a few mistakes, they're looking pretty good.
They are, yeah. They just have to survive the breakout against Impact. Impact's so good on the breakouts that they really have to stay alive on those breakouts and then give themselves a chance to play heads up.
Well, if Diesel finally starts to perform as their the level of talent on their roster would indicate, then this makes this a very scary bracket because it's X Factor sitting in the #1 position, and then you got Impact in the 2nd position. That makes it tough. And then Aftermath, who's due for a good performance. They had 4th at the first event, haven't made a Sunday since. And then Diesel, and then Notorious. And Notorious has their line back. They're starting 5, and they get ABGA back, and he's one of the best snake players in the league right now. So the bracket C could be the bracket of death.
Chicago breaking out from the blue side. Infamous from the red. These guys have been back and forth in this match and back and forth in these points. Up bodies, down bodies, up position, down position. Everyone's still trying to figure out this field and figuring out where they can go and what they can get away with. Both teams with the snake player. Infamous losing their first guy. LJ Parrish going forward. Corey Hall filling the corner.
Body dropping Hosky for a shock from that top side, the D side here early, so advantage Infamous.
First early death for Hosky.
Yeah, Hosky's been doing a really good job of getting in there alive and being proactive, but you know, you're going to lose your front players every now and then. They're not going to live every single time.
For sure.
So Shock's also sitting on a 1-point lead. Not a really defensible field, especially if you don't have anyone up on the Dorito side or in D2 or D3. They do clip out Rodarte, though, so tough death for Ryan Rodarte as Infamous dives a body into that D-side snake.
3-on-4 advantage here for Aftershock.
So this is the D-side snake angle. So anytime we cut to this angle, remember that it's flipped.
Infamous now on Aftershock's side of the field, even though they're down on bodies, they're pressing forward, giving themselves a chance to win this.
Yeah, Jonah Jamrose pushing the issue from Snake 1. Looked like he was going to move up, but content to sit in that spot for now and look cross field. Now he's going to crawl up. And then here comes the move. Oh, as Corey Hall smokes Jonah Jamrose and stays alive. Corey Hall is out in the open area, just using those bunkers in front of him, that mini wall to block off the D2 position. So beautiful job. That's going on the list. If Corey Hall can get a couple more kills, Pate Smith Law gives out money, $500 for move of the prelims, and this might be the best one we've seen so far this morning.
Definitely best one we've seen. Corey Hall just so good, man.
So that is going on the list. Corey Hall, beautiful job. He's keeps getting better and better. Big component of the starting five for Chicago Aftershock. He was with New York Extreme last season, helped them be a top 4 team. Definitely emerging as an all-star. Was that
He's the total package.
Three-pack to close?
Yep.
Yeah, smooth move to get the drop on Jonah. Read it perfectly. Slid out into that blind zone using those bunkers in the center to block off D2. Excellent job, Corey Hall. And also extends the lead.
Yeah.
You know, if he doesn't pull that move off and lets Infamous get settled in that
and Infamous
spot.
is in their top side Doritos snake, so the Infamous was, second to win from winning that point.
So now a little bit of a cushion, courtesy of Corey Hall. A little show of respect there from his coach. When you're a coach, man, you love it when your guys do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let's listen in real quick.
I just don't want to push it right away.
No, get out of there. Though.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I was fine, right? All love, baby, all love.
Bro, I'm just saying we got to get.
I understand. Hey, I broke.
Tie ball game here, Impact and Diesel, as Diesel, Impact pushing the issue here. Hyper-aggressive breakout for Impact as they take both snakes. Diesel matches them, though, as Impact does lose that topside body with Brandon Cornell taking the early walk. Referee comes to check out JC. Looks like he's good to go. So 4-on-5 situation here in favor of Diesel.
I like the move that JC did, Matty. He ran and shot to the small temple and then released and filled the snake. So they had effectively one more gun up on the break, and he's still able to take the snake.
Yeah, guys finding those that just a little extra out there.
Yeah.
Where can you get that gun up and
Yeah.
still get to your primary position alive? It could be a big difference maker, especially in a close game.
You got 3 or 4 guys with 5% little nick like that. Now you have a 15 or 20% advantage against the other team.
So now JC has moved up into Snake 3. Spica's going to match him. Spica is crawling up. Just one bunker set away here from Justin Cornell.
Diesel now on the top side, D side, Matty. He went into that snake. Now he's in that 50 mat.
Yeah, he's got a good crossfield. They got a good crossfield zone going here for Diesel.
Yep, both teams on the snake side here with 2 players in the snake. Oh, the crucial kill. Diesel losing their player in that top side Dorito.
Yeah, that's a tough death. They were in another high body situation. Oh, we're going to see a
JC,
major on
yeah.
JC. That's going to pull out two more bodies, and that's going to make it an easy point here for AC Diesel as they're going to run in with Goldman, who's right there to watch the penalty. And they're going to take a 1-point lead here, so Diesel threw a point away with the penalty. Now it's Impact's turn to do that. We still got just about 7 minutes left. Looks like Goldman's going to burn a little bit of this clock off here and rip his loader off to get a little bit of a chance to clean his equipment. Yeah, so not a penalty-ridden day so far. but those 2 penalties really cost those squads.
A major in that situation is a tough one for sure. That was a bad decision.
Yeah, I didn't really see. I was looking cross field when JC got hit, and then saw the red flag go right up in my field of vision, and then saw him come off. So I didn't really see the engagement of how he drew that penalty. But referee decided it was a major. There's 2 different types of penalties, major and minor. The component for the majors, you have to shoot somebody. So,
because you're eliminating another person off the other team, so you have to lose a guy from your team for that.
There's the new pickup, Silos Cortez. Played for a bunch of teams over the years, trying to find a home. So Diesel giving him a chance. He's getting some spins out there. So 2-point lead right now for Chicago Aftershock over Infamous.
Both teams at 5 live, Maddie. Oh, Corey Hall taking the walk from that small temple snake side. That's a big loss there for Aftershock. Let's see if Infamous can capitalize on it. They need to go out and win a point here. Get back in this match. Down by 2. Shock spread across the back of the field, playing a little defensively here, Maddie. Never a big fan of that, especially on this kind of field. Yeah, Infamous drops the bodies to 4-on-4. Oh, LJ now getting shot. Good zone control there from Infamous.
Yeah, they took that ground in the middle. Yeah, this is kind of the thing. If you're willing to commit up the middle and you got the guns up, but then Rodarte after just got a little too sloppy over the top of that. Shock is losing another body as well, too, with Thomas Kim taking the walk.
I think it's 3-on-2 advantage Infamous, Maddie. Aftershock does have the field split with Ryan Hosky and Dorito 3 and A-Rod, I believe, in the South Electrics bunker here in the Snake Corner.
Yeah, Hosky's out of his spot quite a bit here in deep. I was just going to say, Hosky, get tight in that position. So he throws his body away there. Could have burnt a little bit more time.
He's only 2 feet tall, and he looked 10 feet tall over there in that bunker. He's got to play that way tighter, understanding that they're down on bodies and up on points.
Well, again, you have to play to the moment, right? So he knows it's just him and A-Rod. He's in a relatively defensible position.
If he just took a knee there.
Yeah, just take a knee.
Make him run you.
And he wasn't playing it like the snake was hot, and that's one of the cardinal sins in paintball. As Mike Hinman, new coach of the Brooklyn Bears, has said for years, he's like, hey, you know when the tournament's over and you're in the shower on Sunday, yeah, guess what? The snake is still hot.
Snake's still hot, bro.
Yeah, when you're eating dinner, snake's still hot. You always have to play like the snake is hot unless you know 100% that it's not.
Yeah, this point's almost over. A-Rod's completely living on this side of his bunker.
Yeah, and with this 2-point cushion now going to be a 1-point cushion, A-Rod was just, yeah, he would love to pull off a low body situation, but just burn as much time off the clock as you possibly can.
Good point there for Infamous.
Point approved.
Yeah, if Hosky had just hit in there for a little bit, Shock could have probably burned off. Who knows? Maybe another minute? You know?
Yeah. Well, or, give the other team enough opportunity to maybe make a mistake and get a penalty.
Exactly.
Shoot through their paint. Like, there's a lot of options that you can have if you're live. There's very few once you're dead.
Yeah.
Your options are very limited other than walk to the box.
Well, and the thing with Hosky is he's been very, very impressive on the attack, right? Offensively, and now he's in a defensive moment. And but he just got here. He's been playing paintball for a long time, but he's still got a little work to do. But he's definitely rightfully earned that starting position on Chicago Aftershock. One of the favorites here.
Yeah, but you got to be able to play both gears, otherwise the coach ends up having to sit you on those slow points, right, when you're up on points.
Mm-hmm.
Impact on the blue, Diesel red. Good back and forth match here. Diesel goes around the corner into Snake 1 and then into Snake 2. Impact, all 5 across the back.
Yeah, so Impact going a little bit more safe and heavy guns, and then now moving up on some secondaries. Diesel playing more proactive here off the break, and they have taken some really good positions. So it's a 5-on-5, but better field position currently for Diesel, as they have a body on both snakes. Impact now gets a body here in the real snake. You got the D-side snake and the standard snake, and it's Mikey Arena.
Yeah, Mikey had a good practice last weekend. Definitely one of the top snake guys out there.
So he's
Diesel with a little bit different look, Matty, on that D side. They've got that D1 looking inside, and then they've got that brick looking over him, kind of crossing that side up. Let's see if they get the kill on the Impact player moving up the center. Nope, just a hard bounce.
Yeah, he makes it to that wedge.
Referee is running in. He did take a hard bounce off the back of his head. Oh, they got the kill. Impact losing their first player from the big brick D side, Matty.
Yeah, it's Clint Johnson, actually, for Diesel coming off from the brick. And that, again, it's... Yeah, so, Diesel has a 1-point lead, Rich, and they just lost 2 bodies kind of for no reason.
Yeah.
And this is another high body situation. Or, sorry, a situation where they were in good spots.
Right, good spots.
Yeah, it wasn't a high body situation, but.
I think it's a 2-on-2, Matty. Maybe devolving into a 2-on-1.
Nice.
Oh, he gets him clean. 3-on-1. I think Impact with 3. Diesel dropping their last player there.
Yeah, nice little close from Brandon Cornell. Ran the highway on the D-side snake. And now we're going to have another tie game. So this is a really good battle here.
Thank you, guys.
Forth.
Welcome to the morning bracket of bangers.
But we had a situation where Impact goes a little bit more safe on their breakout.
5 across the back.
5 across the back, and then they get that body in the snake, and then Mikey gets some forward progression. Diesel was already in some good spots. But then, so 5-on-5, they lose that body out of the brick. Clint takes the walk. And then they lose Silos out of the snake. Now they're in a 5-on-3, and they had a 1-point lead.
Yep.
So when you have taken some good ground, those are the deaths we don't want to see. If you're Ryan Gray, their coach.
Brandon, good shit, Brandon.
Yeah, he's like, great. Just to be clear, if I get you into all key spots and we have a body advantage, that's not a winning point for us, huh? Cool. I'll coach better, guys. Thanks. Infamous down by 1 here, right?
Yeah, Infamous 3-2 the score. Chicago Aftershock.
Let's see what they do.
They're back on the blue side, looking over their shoulders here. Split screen breakout, actually, as we got 6:19 to go.
Looks like 5 life, both squads. Aftershock right into snake 2. Maddie looking inside.
Infamous going heavy guns up here, Rich, as they double up that back center, and then they get Rodarte up into the wedge. Looks like he might have caught a bouncer. Also get a little progression on that D side as well, too. So Rodarte alive at the wedge. He's going to be looking towards that D side.
Yeah, that wedge just gets hard to live, Maddie, once they start pushing down that D side.
Looks like Clay Hughes getting a spin now, as he's going to be the first attacker here in the snake, giving Parrish a little rest. And Corey Hall behind Clay Hughes, and still 5-on-5.
Definitely one of our longer 5-on-5 points so far, Maddie.
Yeah, going to be a bloodbath on the break all tournament long.
Ryan Hall gets to the corner. A-Rod moves from back center to the snake inset. Aftershock with, again, 3 this way. A-Rod now releasing down the snake side of the field. Going to try to get Rodarte off the field. Perfect timing for A-Rod. Catches him. 4-on-4 now.
So the thorn in that middle is off the field, courtesy of Alex Rodriguez. Off of the chaos, Shock is going to move. Clay Hughes moves up to the 50, and then Tim Brusselback gets into the snake for Infamous. Double stack of bodies on that D side here for Infamous, as they have a body in D3 and in D2.
Yeah, similar layouts. Both teams with two on each tape. Both teams losing their kind of center guy, one offensively, one defensively. 4-on-4.
Down to 5 minutes.
Yeah, very tightly contested match here. Brusselback kind of playing deep ball, Jared, just waiting to see what's going to go on in front of him. Waiting for the gunfight down the tape.
It's a big point right now here for Infamous, Rich.
Yeah, Clay Hughes is trying to put pressure.
Yeah, because if Shock elongates this point a little bit and can burn off a little bit of clock, couple minutes.
Yeah, the longer this goes, the better it is for Shock.
Yeah, if they win the point, right? So if they can burn another, it's tough on this layout, but if you can burn 2 minutes and win this point, go up by 2 with just a couple left, it puts Infamous in a tough spot.
And it looks like Infamous is in a defensive posture, right, Matt? Brusselback's waiting. Ryan Hall's waiting. The 2 Doritos over there are waiting.
They're only down 1 though. So and they still have 4-12 to work with. So I don't hate it yet.
I don't hate it, but in a 4-on-4 with a tie score, I want my guys to play as if they're in a tie score and they need to win a point.
But they're down 1.
Yeah, they definitely need a point. Right?
Yeah. So Clay Hughes is going to run down Brusselback. Hall in the snake though is right behind Tim. So he pops the top real quick to get eyes downfield to see if he can catch anyone in the middle. Ref's going to come and give him a check, so looks like Shock's definitely going to know where he is now.
Yeah. Well, if you're down a point and you're not pressing the advantage, you're probably going to lose, right? Because the other team has no reason to press the advantage.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Here comes the ref. Ryan Hall getting another check. Oh, and the penalty. That's rough.
Yeah, it's going to be just 1, though. So minor penalty assessed, pulls out Barrett, and that leaves... So Silberg stays alive this time, and unfortunately for him, everyone dies around him. And that's going to, we're going to see a quick concession from Coach Travis Lemansky, as he needs to have as much time on the clock as possible, as they're now down by 2.
Good point there for Shock.
Yeah,
they had 4 bodies, both on each tape, but to me, it looked like their posture was very defensive, and when you're down a point, I feel like you need to press the advantage a little bit more.
Yeah, Shock with a little bit of a gift there with that penalty on Ryan Hall.
Well, Ryan Hall with a little bit of a gift, too, because the first guy didn't catch it. Took the ref from the ground all the way across the field to come get it.
It was like he didn't shoot anyone, it would have been a major.
Yeah.
Honestly, that wouldn't have been bad, though, for Shock, because for Infamous, because they conceded the point anyway.
They had the body over
there. So if they had
pulled
pulled the body, then it would have been a major. It would have actually given them more time, a couple extra seconds.
This is the tie match, 3-3. Let's see who wins this breakout, Maddie.
Yeah, great battle.
Home.
Tell you what, even if Diesel loses this one, they're looking really good against Infamous. I like what we're seeing out of
definitely
Diesel.
coming into their own. They're getting their confidence.
Or sorry, against Impact, because Impact is, I mean, you know, it's Edmonton Impact. They're one of the best teams ever to play this game. So
yeah, we practiced them last weekend, Matty. They are so sharp with their like movements and stuff. So quick with their movements. Communication is so precise. It's very. Impact is definitely still a top team.
So
4-on-5 advantage here though early in this point for Diesel after they shoot out the Impact's corner player.
Yeah, they win a gunfight here from that back tower. And but then they throw away the high body situation. So Cody Mikowski taking the walks from me 4-on-4 as Edmonton Impact has a body at that 50-yard line in the D-side snake, and he's going to get shot inside, though. Actually trades out with Mark Johnson. Okay, so we're trading bodies back and forth. It's 3-on-3 now. And then here comes the move in the snake, and it's going to be Silos Cortez is going to get the drop on JC. He might have just got shot cross-field, though he did. So this is what we thought we were going to see
keep
out
up,
of this field.
right, bro? Stuff's
trying to feel like
pretty fast.
I feel like I'm calling hockey right now.
I'll just sit over here and watch the game. You call it.
Yeah, so Goldman has now, he's on the attack, and then he's going to get run down and trade out from Nick Laval, so they're trading bodies again. Comes down to a one-on-one. Both of them on the D-side snake, and here comes, who is that for? Diesel. It's Jesse Stevens. So Jesse Stevens comes up and immediately gets smoked in his first gunfight for Brandon Cornell. Man, Brandon Cornell has been so consistent for Edmonton Impact in these moments for them over the years, and he holds the line yet again, and now they got a 1-point lead with 4:06 to go.
Yeah, good job, Brandon Cornell. Nice move over there to finish that off. He was just waiting for it. He knew exactly where he was going to come up, made his first shot.
That was a really fun point to watch. So blow for blow for blow.
I wasn't even watching at the end. I was just watching you react to the watch.
Well, I was going to stop talking at some point, but things just kept happening, so I had to just keep rolling with it.
Matt, nobody at home believes that. Nobody at home believes you had a plan to stop talking. Infamous taking the side, blue side of the field. Half shot coming out on the red side. Shock looking really good here.
Yeah, Shock does look pretty dialed right now. I mean, Infamous has been hanging in there, but just a couple more deaths have really been the difference for Infamous out here. Just need to tighten it up a little bit. Joe Barrett and Ryan Rodarte going to double up from that back center. Rodarte screaming bloody murder, saying he shot, I believe, Clay Hughes, who dove into snake one off the break. Might have bounced him.
Yeah, he did take a hard bounce, and Clay called for the check. So he got checked. He's clean. 5-on-5 here. Oh, Infamous losing Joe Barrett from that Dorito side, Matty, as Shock gets up over there with Ryan Hosky again in that 50 Dorito side. Hosky gets one, gets two. 5-on-3 advantage now for Aftershock as Infamous fills out to the snake corner behind Brustleback. Infamous with just one player, Dorito side. Hosky's hunting for him.
Here comes Hosky going to run the inside route and dice him up. I think that might be Parrish, actually.
Oh, they switched tapes?
Yeah, that's good. Keeps it less scoutable.
Sneaky. Good job, Parrish. Yeah, that is LJ. Good job, LJ. That's a great move over there. Got those early kills and then cleared out that tape. Shock could easily just fill a guy to that side and go down.
So we've seen him on both sides of the field if that is LJ.
It is.
And him and Hosky are about the same size.
Yeah, it is. They got the different headgear. Brustleback's got to figure out how to stay alive here and get some kills.
Yeah, that's 1,000% LJ. Yeah, man, LJ's been looking really good out here. I heard really good things out of practice from LJ. He was lighting people up. But right now, tense moments here for Infamous. Down to 2 minutes left to go. And being pressed here in the snake with Clay Hughes at the 50-yard line. Corey Hall behind him.
Yeah, Shock's got the lead, right? So no need to switch over to the drill side and go down that tape. They can just keep the two Infamous guys locked in here in the snake, and they have a big advantage.
Yeah, and a 2-point lead.
Yep.
Point spread really only matters if you're losing games. So if you go undefeated in the prelims, it's okay if they're low-scoring matches. And so Tao going to be thrown to concede the time.
It was Clay Hughes in the snake.
So this is now down 3. Infamous does need to be careful. They're playing the number 2 seed in their bracket. This is also a pretty tough bracket as well, too, with Dynasty, Shock, PB Fit, Infamous, and the ML Kings.
I feel like they're all hard now.
Yeah. Well, because, man, the lower-ranked teams are still getting really good, you know?
Yeah, it used to be there was like 10 good teams and 10 bad teams. So like you're like, yeah, you should definitely relegate some of those bad teams. But now it's like there's 20 good teams. Like you look at your roster, you're like, oh, that's a rough bracket. And you look next bracket, oh, that's a rough bracket.
Well, in the top of the semi-pro division has some Lions coming up too. You know, chomping at the bit to get in here. So 1 point lead for Impact. See if they can hold on to it.
But like you said, win or lose for Diesel, it's a win, right? Because they're finally coming into their own. They're playing really well out here. dropping to someone like Impact is not that big a deal.
Oh.
3-on-5 advantage for Impact here, Matty.
Yeah, so Impact goes with that safer break again, keeping bodies in the backfield and then launching, going heavy guns, and the heavy guns work. They shoot 2 bodies on the break with both Cortez and Goldman coming off early. So now it's a 5-on-3 situation with 3:45 to go. Looks like Ryan Gray is going to concede the point after Spica died.
Yeah, 5-on-2.
So Impact stacking up the lead a little bit here. 2-point game with 3:44 to go.
Yeah, Impact's one of those teams where, like, Dynasty, if they get down by 4 points, it's no big deal. Like, they're going to come right back.
They have had some legendary comebacks.
Impact's one of those teams where if they get up on you a few points, it's tough, man. Where like a normal team has to be up 3 or 4 points for the match to kind of be over. Impact gets a 1 or 2 point lead, they get really hard to beat.
So they've gone with the more safe breakout twice now, and it's worked out both times for them. I wonder if that's going to be a trend.
Well,
but they're not hiding in the back.
No.
They go to the safe spots, and then they launch their primary.
Stylistically, that's how they play those.
Yeah.
Conservative on the breakout, use their athleticism to make big moves after the breakout.
But they started it hyper-aggressive. They ran a lot of hyper-aggressive plays early, took a little bit of a lead, go to that safe game plan, and it works out great because they shot 2 bodies in that last one.
And where most teams, when they switch gears, they take a big step backwards. Impact can go out and play a couple points aggressively, get that lead, and just knock off 10% of that and go play real smart.
And it's interesting, too, because it's not like they're hiding 3 in the back at the home, the back center.
No, it's 5 across the back.
Yeah, it's 5 across, and they're running and gunning out to their spots.
Yep.
So, yeah, Impact looks...
And not losing a body. Gives them five guns up, and you don't lose a body, and you've got all the spots. I mean, it's pretty good.
Couple audibles here as Coach Martinez screaming at his guys. I'm hearing 41.
That's a cheeseburger and a shake after the match.
Nah,
like cheeseburger and shake.
Todd doesn't like cheese on his burgers.
Oh.
He likes cheese on pizza, but when you melt it on meat for some reason,
I forgot he's a
he's not
weird
into
food guy.
that. So if you ever bring Todd Martinez food, does not want cheese on that burger.
Unlike Matt and myself, you could just stack that cheese up.
Yeah, give me some of the extra cheese.
Extra
I like
cheese.
it melted. It's delicious. So a 3-point lead right now for Chicago Aftershock. Infamous to see if they can get the offense going here and get it going
It's like Jonas
quickly.
taking the break for Infamous. 5 alive for both teams, Matty. Again, Shock now doing that impact breakout where they go 5 across the back. Jamrose into Snake 2, looking inside, getting a check from the ref.
So Infamous looking pretty good, though, as they get to that top side 50. Into that Dorito 50, and they also have Jonah Jamrose in Snake 2.
Bounce Al, I think it's Al Fernandez there in the small temple.
So now we're looking. So this is our D side angle. So anytime we cut to this, just remember that it flips 180 degrees. So that's Sam Silberg. He's on the red side. So here it's now flipped back to the standard view, and a great crossfield spread for Infamous. But it looks like they might just be trying to protect this. I mean, look for them to try to win this point, but they're not playing this point right now like they need 3 to tie Rich. You know, like they're just trying to protect the margin, right?
You're right. You called it earlier. They have to start thinking about margin. Infamous losing the Sam over there now, only having 1 player on the D side. They do get 2 kills, though. So it is a 4-on-3 advantage here for Infamous. I mean, again, the easiest way to protect your margin is to score more points.
So then Rodarte tries to take over the attack for Silberg, and he gets chopped up. Great zone control here for Chicago Aftershock, but Jonah Jamrose, he gets diced up. Oh, yeah, LJ runs all the way out, stays alive, and then gets back to his spot. Beautiful job by LJ Parrish.
Well, and the 2 Infamous players behind Jamrose, that were not helping him out at all. LJ Parrish should not be able to run out to the tape, shoot him, and come back in without getting shot from either of the other 2 guys in front of him. 3-on-3 now for Infamous.
And Jonah needed to die, Rich, because that was just a beautiful job. So here comes Ryan Hall. He's probing as well, too, with just 10 seconds left to go. He's doing what he can. But LJ did a really good job to help with that move to protect this margin.
Yeah.
3-point margin in what could be a brutal bracket is a really nice win here for Chicago Aftershock in set number 1. So congratulations to Shock. Infamous didn't look bad, but just not as good as Shock. They just a couple extra deaths here and there, Rich, was the difference. So
really like the way LJ Parrish and Corey Hall are playing this lower snake side for Aftershock.
Yeah. Hosky had some good ones on the top side.
For sure, yeah.
Clay played really good in his limited spins. LJ's on fire. Corey's on fire. I liked how A-Rod was releasing. Guys needed to die. That's his bread and butter. And then Thomas was solid. So, yeah, starting, everyone that's playing right now for Shock's looking pretty good.
Shock and Diesel both doing a good job of loading up 3 guys on this bottom side, snake side. One guy goes through attacks, one guy stays back in the tower to communicate, and one guy kind of looks on the inside.
Impact has a 2-point lead right now. Speaking of looking good, they are looking pretty good as well, too. So they're going to jump in this next one, and they go hyper-aggressive on that D side. D1 off the break, and then also Dalton is going to go right to the wedge. So love that game plan call here from Coach Dave Baines and Bart, going aggressive even with the 2-point lead. Now they're in really good spots. It's 5-on-5.
Yeah, they let Zuba fill out of back center to the small temple snake side. If they had contained him, JC would have been all by himself snake side, but now JC's got some backup over here.
So Impact went safe twice and then hyper-aggressive even with the 2-point lead. It's going to make them less scoutable.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I feel like Dave and Bart do a good job of moving things
Mixing
around
up,
enough
yeah.
that you don't really know what's going on over there.
And now they've moved in. They got JC in the snake. They got, great crossfield spread. They have real estate. Impact's in perfect positions to start burning this clock.
And as we know, they do this very, very well.
Rich, you just talked about this.
Talked about this, guys.
They're good at comebacks, but they're a really tough team to play when you give them a lead.
Yeah. They get just a little more confidence, a little bit more control. They play a little bit more relaxed. Diesel 2 snake side, 2 D side. Impact 3 D side, 2 snake side.
Yeah, so it's still 5-on-5, but look at this crossfield spread and forward progression for Impact in that red side of the field. They have 2 bodies in the snake, and then they contain the aggression here from Silos Cortez. No one comes off dead from that.
Yeah. I love Silos going forward there, but he's got to get a guy, right, Matty?
Yeah.
You can't leave the field without a body.
Yeah, but he also has to attack at this point,
100%,
right? They're down
yeah.
2. There's 2 minutes left. I mean, he had to go right around that
But
time.
what we've been talking about this whole time is what? Execution, right? He had to make the move, but he knew the right move. He just didn't execute it. He could have crawled around and traded out with JC.
Well, as Ryan Moorhead said, this is a bloody thinking man snake. You are going to have to play proactive in here. You're going to get shot from close range a lot, but ideally you want to take that guy off with when you do make that move.
Yeah.
It's just great play by JC and Zupa in here for Impact.
Yeah.
So then Goldman continued the attack that CeeLo started, and he is going to trade with JC.
But it took 2 guys to get JC out, right? Giving Impact the advantage.
And then Brandon Cornell's about to get run down. Did they control that zone? Looks like a major penalty is going to be assessed, though, on Brandon Cornell. So that's going to open the door a little bit here as Dalton goes hunting. He gets chopped up from Mark Johnson. So Dalton saw the flag go, and he had to attack because he might have got pulled in that penalty if he stayed in that spot. So a big opportunity has just arisen for Diesel. It's going to be probably around 105 left to go. They're going to be just down by 1 now with that penalty assessed on Brandon Cornell.
That's a bad penalty, right? Up on points, right? You just leave the field.
So the door opens slightly for AC Diesel as they have an opportunity. They need a really good point here to tie this game up, potentially take it to overtime. 105 on a layout like this with the offensive possibilities that exist in the framework of the strategy. Definitely they can do that. With the wheels they got, absolutely.
Oh, for sure. Nice, cool morning.
Yeah, I've never got on an airplane from San Diego thinking, man, can't wait to get to Chicago because the weather's better there.
I thought the same thing. I was like, man, I'm going to get to go where it's nice and cool in Chicago.
Yeah. Beautiful morning out here. We're in the pits right now with Diesel. Let's listen in. Yeah, so that was BJ that made the move. Bunker out. Brandon.
What's the line? I don't know. Hey, we got a full minute, guys. We got a full minute for this point. Do we want to use a timeout or no? All right. What's the line?
1 minute.
Hey, can you call time? Hold on. Yeah.
Do we need to use it?
Yeah, I need it.
I thought Renee's going to get a spin in there. He got a couple spins in this game.
Nice.
Looks like the new pickup Silos has been getting a ton of spins.
They're not coming out.
Kyle had some good looks out there, but then he threw up.
They might call it.
And then Mouse, again, Kyle Spica dealing with an illness. He's on antibiotics. Had a really good first point out there, and then came back, threw up in the pits. And then we started seeing a steady dose of Silos Cortez.
You think I could go with the home gun trying to shoot the snakehead? Okay,
So it looks like timeout, I think. Did they call timeout? This might be a good time to call a timeout.
call it.
Yeah, they're definitely going to call a timeout because they're still talking shop right now.
Hey, they're probably going to take the fucking back 5, dude. Yep. You're going to have to go. Yeah, 4 Clock management. 1 minute.
1 minute.
That's exactly what needs to be said. Clock management, 1 minute. So what does that mean, Rich? Give me your breakdown of that. What are these guys thinking?
So it depends on if you're offense or defense, right? If you're defense, you're like, hey, man, I got to go out there, get to my prop, and hold whatever my cut is, not make a mistake, not get a penalty. If you're on offense, you're like, hey, I got about 30 seconds to get into a good position, to give my other guys time to kind of develop into their spots. But when I look up and there's 30 seconds left, I'm going to go forward, and I'm going to either kill everybody or I'm going to die, and I'm going to make room for the guy behind me. What I'm never going to do is be alive when that clock ticks off.
Because you're only down 1. So you got to try to make something happen.
If it's 1 on 5.
And try not to get us a penalty. Because that will drastically decrease our chances on the attack. So, we'll see what Diesel can do here. Looks like Spica coming back out. It's going to be Spica and Goldman, Clint Johnson, one of the most aggressive guys in the league. And it looks like they're going to go with Rene Rodriguez as well, too. Young kid's got some wheels.
And, again, the cardinal rule is if you're the team with the lead is don't get a penalty, right? If you're the team attacking and you get a penalty, kind of understand it. You got to do what you got to do.
Now we're back here with Impact. Trying to figure out how to hold the line for a minute.
So Mikey's going out. Dalton, Brandon.
Man, this has been a great game, though. I hope the rest of the games, I hope we get nothing but this all day long.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the way the schedule's set up. It's just going to get better. This is our worst match of the day, bro. It's only going to get better from here.
Well, you were like, we got a banger here in the morning. We were talking about that off air, and yeah, sure enough, with Shock and Infamous, that was a good game, and then this Impact Diesel game has been very interesting.
Yeah, I forget which fight it was, but it was like Chandler and Poirier, first fight. And usually the first fight, you look in the stands, there's nobody there. And DC's like, oh, you want people to fill the stands? Have these guys fight first. You fill up the stands. We got a banger here, boys.
We definitely have. I mean, it's very early, but stands typically, there's more people in the stands for this set than we typically see for the first set.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, jumping into it here, 1:05 on the clock. Can AC Diesel do it? It would be massive for them if they could take down Impact.
5-on-4 advantage for Diesel.
So Diesel has the opportunity here. They get that body into Snake 1, and then here comes the attack up the middle.
Clint Johnson's so creative up the middle.
He's looking for it. He's on Impact side. Impact is trying to hold the line here, but they have sacrificed real estate. They did get a body in D2. That's crucial. That D2 position is a bit of a fortress. But Clint Johnson's picked him up. So Clint Johnson putting that D player in. Then he's going to come across.
Yeah, he's going to go. He's hunting for that D player right now, Matty.
Rich down to 32 seconds as Diesel dives a body in Snake, but he gets clipped. Good zone control. Nick Laval trying to scream bloody murder from that back center. Might have got that shot in on the attacking player from Diesel, but he's going to take the walk as here comes Mouse. Alex Goldman trying to make something happen here for Diesel with just 15 seconds left to go.
This is Mouse out here, I think.
Yeah, Mouse down, yeah bottom side.
Mouse got to go make something happen.
Yeah, Mouse on your screen here. There goes another body for Edmonton Impact. And so Mouse is going to go and commit here with just 5 seconds left. Is anyone left alive? Spica is. Is he going to have enough time?
Let's go.
Spica, and Spica has the wheels, so very close. It is going to be a 1-point defeat here for Diesel. Spica needed maybe 2-3 more seconds, but he kind of had to
Mouse
wait.
Mouse had to go about 5 seconds earlier, and Spica would have had that. But great showing there for Diesel. That's the best we've seen, and they played against a really good team there.
Yeah, again, tough bracket here. Potential bracket of death in bracket C. It's X Factor, Impact, Aftermath, Diesel, and Notorious. But it's going to be Impact who's going to strike first. 1-0 record for them. A lot more paintball to play here. So stick with us. 2024 NXL Major League Paintball, Windy City Major. Manny Marshall's Rich Telfer. We will be back here. Aftermath taking on Notorious. And then Fit taking on the ML Kings. See you in just a couple minutes.
Move on. Thank you, pit crew.
And you'll see that come the next match at 11:45.
Heading into the semis, out of all the 20 pro teams, Impact and Red Legion looked the best in Atlantic City. They were the only undefeated squads in the prelims, and they both won their quarterfinal games by the mercy rule. Big difference was depth. Legion was only running 5 bodies on Sunday, while Impact was getting everyone's spins running 2 lines. The last time these two teams met was in Las Vegas, and Red Legion knocked out Impact 5-4. This would be one of the closest games of the season.
I mean, the winner of this game could be the winner of this tournament. Who knows? First to strike is going to be...
Impact took the initiative early. It came down to a 3-on-3 where they had the field spread, and Legion trapped on the Snake side. Matt Darula gave Impact a high-body situation with a wicked snapshot on Burtnikov. But then Justin Rabakov moved up and caught Darula even it back up. But Mike Urena came through with a counterattack, and he got the 2-pack of kills to close. Red Legion quickly tied it back up. And these two titans battled back and forth, trading points. But then Impact stacked up a 2-point lead, neutralizing Pavel Karslev on the D side, which they had done all game, trapping Legion on the Snake side again, and then winning a close point. Now with a little under 3 minutes to go, Impact just had to win one more point and burn a little time to get to the finals. But Red Legion remained undaunted. After losing Karslev early yet again, Justin Rabakov helped Legion's cause with 2 kills, and Kirill Peridny quickly dispatched young Tyler Panili on a 1-on-1 to get close. Then after a brutal break, it was a 3-on-3, and Rabakov, Peridny, and Karslev pushed forward to score a quick 30-second point. It was now tied 4-4 with 1 minute and 5 seconds left. Impact, having lost momentum, broke out aggressive, but a couple of quick deaths, an untimely penalty then cost them, and Legion had just scored 3 points in a row, taking the lead for the first time in the game, with just 28 seconds left to go. Impact then came out and took forward positions with 3 bodies at or past the 50-yard line.
Why was Zach, but they keep 2 bodies alive in the middle. Kirill drops for Legion. Justin Cornell getting to the 50 here in the Snake as we hit the 15-second mark. Nick Laval hunting in the middle, and here comes the push from Impact down that D side. I don't think they're going to have enough time, though, as there's just 7 seconds left to go. Multiple bodies still alive for Red Legion right now. So Red Legion in a bend-don't-break moment.
Cardinal rule in paintball is you never stay alive on that field when the clock is over, right? You at least give yourself and your team a chance to win by throwing yourself forward, and unfortunately, usually you get pummeled, but every great once in a while you break through and you win a point, so you never want to be alive at the end of that game.
The game ended with the same result as in Las Vegas, with a 5-4 victory for Red Legion, and another bitter loss for Impact.
So it's 2024, the historical moment for the Major Paintball League, which is also known as the NXL. High chances that the ESPN gonna notice our sports in this format that we all love and that we've all been developing for so many years. So the main focus on that, making that historical moment to happen for the whole community. It's always about the execution. It's always about some small elements in there. Before the finals, you need to be empty. You can't pretty much tell what's going on. You just need to be empty and give your muscle memory a chance to do what you have been training. We're gonna be playing our offensive style. We're gonna be playing in their faces. We're gonna be making different tactical efforts out there in the field, and we're gonna see if our Kung Fu gonna be better or theirs Kung Fu gonna be better. That's it.
For Shock to make the finals, and only their 3rd event back, was a testament to the team's talent, leadership, and potential. And for Legion, riding high on the recent victory, if they could defeat this challenger, it would send a message to the league that they were the best team in the game, heading into the last 2 events of the season.
There it is. There it is, baby. Let's go. Corey Hall. Right here. Yup.
Love you, dog. Let's get this fucking done right now. One more. Over here. Make sure you save me for the outside. Okay? Corey Hall. Let's get in there alive. Yep. Okay, let's get in there alive. Be smart. LJ. Can't stop you. Okay? Yeah, let's go. TK. Yep. Come in hard right away. Yep. Okay? Hey, listen. They can shoot. We can fucking shoot too. Yep. Okay? We can chop them all up and sort them all out. Just like that. Okay? Yep. Be smart on the end game. Okay? Be smart on the closes. Continue to talk. How do we have been winning? We've been winning because we've been communicating. Yep. We've been playing together. We've been helping the guy next to you, okay? Stick together, do it for each other, all right? Yep. And believe in us, okay? We're supposed to be here, okay? Let's fucking go, man. Shots on 3. 1, 2, 3, shot!
Yeah.
We're gonna switch?
Yeah. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Shock was the first to strike at point 1, and Corey Hall won his first gunfight with Sergei Sonaiskov, and Ryan Hosky added to his kill count by shooting Kirill Peridny out of the center.
3 kill on Kirill's back.
And he does, right? Headshot it as well.
Even though Aftershock was up 2 bodies, he made a series of fatal mistakes. Hosky was caught by Rabakov to make it 3-on-4, and Aftershock's lack of midpoint movement had them stuck in back positions with no outside containment.
Engagement, it does look like Malloy and J-Rab are going to be controlling things on this Snake side.
Red Legion's early aggression and tenacity had paid off, and they took the first point from the downwind side of the field.
Malloy gonna be in the corner now.
Okay, so we're not going Cobra.
So you should the two.
Okay, I'm on it.
By the time the finals began, the wind had picked up and was ripping from the blue side to the red side at 25 miles per hour. So all shots on the break from the blue side would be extra lethal. In point 2, Kirill Peridny made the most of the extra feet per second from the wind, drilling LJ Parrish off the break and giving his team a 5-on-4 advantage. Karslev had been mostly shut down in the semifinals against Impact, but he quickly got into the 50 on the D side and Shock's attention shifted to him, allowing Legion to take the key positions. As in the first point, Red Legion's aggression was dictating the pace of the final match. Kim and Hall launched counterattacks, but when the dust settled, Rabakov and Burtnikov were still alive, and Aftershock went down by 2. To stay in the match, Aftershock now desperately needed to create an opportunity, and it came off the break in the next point. They lost Parrish trying to extend to D1 again, but shot both Sergey and Karslev. With no one in front of him on the D side, Corey Hall wasted no time getting up into D3. With Hall drawing guns, Shock made moves to keep up the pressure, and Hosky and Rodriguez swarmed down the field.
So we got ourselves a game here early.
And now a 2-1 score.
Red Legion would answer right back. In a rare 5-on-5 break, Hall dropped from the can, and then Alexander Burtnikov came through the Snake side, dicing up bodies, with 3 kills to extend the lead back to 2 points.
Dyson bodies up. He's going to get a little 3-pack of kills here to extend that lead back to 3-1. What did we just talk about, Evan? You have to shut down Alexander Burtnikov, a.k.a. Malloy, one of the best players ever. Is going on the offense. They need to score this one. They don't have time to mess around. They need 2 just to tie. They have to start going. Hosky probably should risk it right here. All taking the walk. It is not looking good right now as Thomas Kim also drops as well. And I think we are going to award Red Legion 2 wins in a row.
Red Legion had done it again. They never gave up the early lead, secured the hard-fought victory in adverse conditions to make it 2 wins in a row, and the rest of the league was put on notice. With an undefeated run over their last 14 games, they were now the dominant force in Major League Paintball.
Welcome back here, 2024 NXL Major League Paintball, Windy City Major. I'm Matty Marshall alongside paintball legend Rich Telford. And right now it's going to be Aftermath taking on Notorious, PB Fit, and the ML Kings here in set number 2. If you're just joining us, you missed a really good set. Impact went to war against Diesel, and Aftershock defeated Infamous. Impact took a slight win over Diesel. Diesel did not look bad, though, so looking forward to their next game coming up after this against X Factor. But right now, Aftermath, Notorious, both these teams at full strength. Notorious getting Archie Barnes Jr. back and some other standard starters. So looking forward to seeing them have a better performance than they did at the last one. And then Aftermath, 4th place in Vegas. But since then, they have not been able to make a Sunday with a 17th and a 14th, but still 12th overall right now as they made the quarterfinals. Jumping in here is Notorious starting from the blue side. They're going to be losing a body on the break, and looks like Aftermath's going to be shooting another one as well, too. 5-on-3 situation here in favor of Aftermath. As Aftermath trying to hold the line, the counterpunch coming from Notorious on that Dorito side. And they keep a body alive, Rich, so there's still one to player for Notorious over there on that D side, and it is Ty Bateman, I believe.
Man, good reaction, good read from him, because Notorious players, they lost 2 on the break, and they're still in this game as Aftermath launches snake side. It's like he gets some trades. Aftermath with, is that nobody left, or is there one left inside?
Dust settles, there's still one body left alive, so another chaotic point. We're going to be seeing that all weekend long. You know, talk to a lot of the coaches and elite players out here, and pretty much everyone knows that this field's going to play the same way. Everyone had the same looks at practice. There's nothing mysterious out here, but, you know, talking to Bart Yakimak, and he was saying it's a little bit of a spooky field because it gets crazy out there. So it looks like Jordan, the last player left alive in that chaos, to hit the buzzer and put the first point on the board right now. So good job by him to stay alive when the chaos set in.
Stem the tide.
But I thought for a second, Rich, it was going to be just a complete roll for Aftermath. But that counter push on that D side ended up making it very interesting out here. So first point, though, Aftermath.
And what's funny about those 30-second points, Matty, is everybody goes out there clipped up with 14 pods, and then they leave with 14 pods.
Yeah, at least they don't have to do much reloading when they get back in the pits. So now Fit taking the field here. They're going to be starting from the red side. Talked to them yesterday, man. They are pumped up for this one. They've been on the cusp of making Sunday, Rich, at every event. They're sitting middle of the pack right now, 11th overall with a 12th, and 11th. They've gone 1-3 and 2-2. 2-2 twice. So, but they play as much or more paintball than anyone in the world with that beautiful facility they have. PB Fit. So jumping into point number 1, looks like Chavez is going to get into D2, and they got a good crossfield spread. Running referee coming out to check out Fit, and it looks like, early penalty assessed here on Fit, and that is going to open the door right now for the ML Kings.
3-on-5 advantage now, Matty, for the ML Kings.
ML Kings, bit of a safe break for them. Farthest body up is the insert bunker, snake side, but they have 2 extra bodies out there. There's no one on the stick. Closest body is Colt.
Yeah, 2-on-5 advantage now. 2-on-4 advantage as Elias takes the walk for Kings. Kings with 4, Fit with 2, back center and 3-3.
I think Colt just wrapped around and got that inside kill. It's either that or Chavez.
Yeah, Kings have to get in the snake here. They have to realize that they've got nobody on their side of the field. They let Lockout fill out from back center into the snake insert.
Nice fill out. They let Colt fill, and he made it out to the Aztec, so that's going to help out this low body situation. Chavez is going to go into the snake for Fit.
Might as well.
Yeah, and here comes
4-on-1 now, Matty. Chavez, the last player left alive for Paintball Fit on that D side.
Concession. So the Kings doing the damage early, and safe point for them. Nice job. Winning some gunfights, zone control. Kaya got in the snake, so good work from the ML Kings in point number 1.
Yeah, good point. Listen, I'm going to need you to really pay attention to this next point, Matt, because things are happening pretty quickly out here, okay?
Man, I'm laser focused.
Focused. I'm 6 coffees in, bro.
I should have brought an extra.
I was going to call you and be like, hey, can you bring me 1 extra one? Because your 2 coffee trick works good.
They were bouncing off the beam.
I changed a little bit. I get a small that I hammer pretty quickly, and then I just sip on the large for like an hour.
Yeah, I mean, I felt pretty good waking up, but knowing that we were going to be in for lots of points and an awesome day.
You were so hammered last night. Those texts you sent me at 2 a.m. were crazy.
Man, I wasn't even close.
5-on-5 for both teams, Matty. Both teams getting Aftermath getting in both snakes. Notorious now into the snake, and 3.
Archie Barnes Jr. in a good spot here, and getting into snake 2. It's a little bit closer. Now he's going to go right into snake 3. Body coming off right now for Aftermath from the middle.
Man, I like that paint that FSU is shooting. That's like a bright greenish, yellowish. It's super bright. You see
very
that? It's
visible.
Like day glow. It looks like Matt when he takes his shirt off.
Yes, I'm very pale. Good, yeah, great crossfield spread here currently for Notorious. As they're getting kills, and now they're past the 50-yard line on both sides. They're going to be losing a back player, though. Is that Markey taking a walk?
Markey takes a bad walk. Bad death and a bad walk there.
And I think
still 2-on-1, though, I believe, Matty.
Yeah,
advantage for Notorious.
Well, they lost another one out of the middle. I think that's the new pickup Bogdan, but still a couple deaths that didn't need to happen here for Notorious. They're still in good positions to try to clean this up, though, as Magic's going to spread the field, try to get that crossfield kill on D2, and he does. Nice job by Magic here to, I wouldn't say save the point, because they still had another body with, I believe, Bateman at the 50-yard line on the D side, in the D side snake.
Yep.
But still, good heads-up play by Magic. You can see he's scanning, head downfield, head on a swivel. Thumbs up from the ref, point is good.
I'm not sure who's making the paint that FSU is shooting, but that's the fill color that people should be using. That day glow is so much brighter than that yellow. You can see it's almost as bright as the pink. Manufacturers should switch to that fill because it's good.
Yeah, the pink is definitely the brightest I've ever seen, other than Hellfire back in the day.
Oh man, the good old days. Dave Baines and I were talking about this morning about like how much we relied on straight paint because we lived behind our guns so much that if you had the paint that a lot of guys shoot today, you'd be like, yeah, I couldn't have done it, man.
So tie ball game in that one. Notorious and Aftermath locked up at 1. PB Fit has some work to do. See if they can stay alive on the break. Lost their first attacker on the Snake side.
When they draw a penalty too, so that hurt them.
Yeah, that was the tough part.
Stay out of the penalty box.
Penalty flags have been flying out here.
Yeah, you don't usually get reds in the first match. ML Kings, 2 out of back center, 2 Dorito side, 1 Snake side. Now secondary to Snake side for 2-1-2. Paintball Fit loses their first attack or second attacker Snake side, but Lockout fills out. So Fit with 4, ML Kings with 5 bodies, 1 body advantage for I believe Chavez is taking the walk from that far side for Fit. So 3-on-5 advantage here for ML Kings. And the ML Kings are doing to Fit what Fit usually does to other teams, which is shoot a couple guys on the break.
And they shoot another one, Rich, so it's just 2 bodies again. So, yeah, a little taste of their own medicine, and Colt's going to take the walk as well.
And ML Kings in all the back spots, Matt, showing that they can win from the back spots. They don't have to go all the way forward.
Yeah, it's a 5-on-1 right now.
I think referee just got Donaldson shot because he was checking Donaldson holding his gun up and Donaldson gets shot in the barrel.
So 4-on-1 in favor of the ML Kings again. Kaye and the Snake.
Yeah, they don't know he's there, though. Or they know he's there, but they don't know where he's at. Good concession there from Fit.
Yeah.
Don't let their side that guy get punished.
Save both those guys maybe a little bit of pain here and a little cleanup. So, yeah, but a couple good ones here for the ML Kings, and it started on the break in both those first 2 points. And like you said, kind of giving Fit a little taste of their own medicine. Fit plays up bodies a lot.
A lot. Probably, other than Impact and Dynasty, probably more than anybody else.
And that's boded so well for their potential out here and what they can do. So now get a little bit of a head scratcher. They need to increase their survivability and lace up those lanes a little tighter here as they're down by 2 early to ML Kings. This one's locked up at 1. Looks like we're going to see Castro going Snake side with Trujillo.
Aftermath breaking out from red. FSU from the blue.
Heavy guns up right now for ASG Aftermath as they double up that back center. Jordan gets right out of there, though, so 5 bodies alive for them. Heavy guns don't produce any kills as here comes the ML Kings. They get a body right in the Snake.
So it goes right to the edge of Snake, too. He's going to look at the
sorry,
center.
Notorious. Yeah, it's ABJ.
ABJ looking inside. Welcome back, ABJ.
Yeah, it's good to see ABJ. He had so good in the first 2 events, and then they had a baby, so didn't see him in event number 3.
But he's back, baby.
Ooh, body coming off for Notorious.
Yeah,
from that D side, diving into Snake 1, got clipped, so 4 bodies out there right now for Notorious on the blue side.
ABJ popping the top there, checking on that back center shot. Corner player getting a check for Aftermath. Looks like he's okay. Aftermath with 3 players across the back. The South Electronics bunker in the Snake corner. Snake insert, back center. Now repositioning to Snake insert and God.
Aftermath crawling a body from D3 up into D1. Snake side D1 or Snake 1 made it clean. Now right to the 50-yard line on the D side, and he's going to get the crossfield shot on ABJ. So ABJ had no idea a body was in there that early, and it cost him his life. So he comes off shaking his head in frustration a little bit here.
Might need a few points to get the old rust off, but he'll figure it out. Oh, FSU losing another player out in that Dorito corner. Now player in the center is getting the check. Last thing they need here is a penalty.
He's feeling the pinch, though.
Yeah, it's like 4-on-2 advantage Aftermath. Oh, Aftermath loses one.
Yeah, Castro's going to, Castro tices him up. So great crossfield attack here. Now Castro's going to launch. No one left to shoot, though. Started with the attack on the D side, and then Castro finished it from the Snake side, but lots of bodies left alive out there in Aftermath jerseys here currently. Trujillo was still alive. Jordan was still alive. I think it was, 4 bodies. So not quite a perfect point, but Aftermath going to force the concession from Notorious and take a slight 1-point lead.
We're starting to see, though, that you can win from these back bunkers, right? You don't have to have 3 guys on all these 50s.
I'm wondering if they're going to adjust, though, because those guys are shootable on the break.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but the guns have been going out, dedicated more towards those outside
the corners.
Yeah, the corners. So we'll see if teams adjust to that. In the pits right now.
I'd like to see what Fit does to adjust these breakouts so that they can start shooting people, keeping their guys alive, and getting to those key spots. Because right now, they're playing down on position and down on bodies every point.
the run you made at the end.
Well, yeah, Fit needs to find a way, right? Because sometimes you go out there and you're losing a body early, right? It's just not working out for him. Oh, man, David's pumped up here in the pits.
Isn't he always pumped up?
He is pretty much always pumped up. High energy at all times.
High energy.
Bro, I shot him in the foot. I saw you getting those kills. Good shit, dog.
You understand what I said?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah, that was Lucas. So Lucas started it off, getting into that 50-yard line, got that crossfield kill on Archie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucas looked good. Castro looked good. I mean, that was a really good point for Aftermath.
It for you guys to kill him. It did. Exactly.
Yeah, David's been dropping the hammer up the middle.
I didn't see anybody come off. And they went corner, right?
They were Cali or Red Alert. Or corner.
It was corner to red alert.
Okay. You didn't see the guy go.
I have yours with me.
I like that.
Yeah,
David, I like that you put up. That's going to make that move hard. Body for us to make the move.
up body.
I love that David's his name on his birth certificate is Guillermo, which kind of roughly translates to war leader.
Apropos. ML King's going 2-1-2 again. Lockout doing the same.
ML King, see if they can preserve this 2-point lead. They're on the blue side, and they go running and gunning out to decently safe spots. A little bit of ground, getting D2 off the break. So a good crossfield spread here for the ML Kings early. PB Fit goes right into the snake, into snake 2. In a good position here, and keep 5 bodies alive. So that's step 1 here for Fit.
Yeah, that's the first breakout that they've survived.
Chavez is in D2. Colt's going to launch out of that back center, get to the can, and now we're going to see a little bit more forward progression for Fit.
Yeah, I don't like ML King staying in all these back bunkers, Matty. The first guy that's going to die is the guy in the can on the D side. That'll be the can of death. Because once they start penetrating on both team tapes and that guy looks in, you just die, right? You can't really play there.
Lukau up in a really good spot, and no one knows he's there. Should be able to pinch the can, should be able to pinch the can from there.
Bounced him already once. Referee's going in. And if anyone on the Dreer side of the field shoots at that guy, he's definitely eliminated. But right now, all the pressure he's getting is from the snake side, so he's just living on that D side of the can. As soon as someone on the D side puts pressure on him, he's going to be eliminated. Refs are running in to check him again. They know Lockow's there now. Good fill from that can to get out from the that can to the Dreer corner, Matty.
He's doing a really good job of staying alive in there.
Colt gets shot trying to get into ML King's side of the field through the center there. So 4-on-5 advantage for the Kings, although they do have a Fit player in their snake.
Yeah, he's drawing guns right now. He's taking pressure off his teammates. He
100%.
needs to get help, though.
Yep. But as long as he's alive and drawing 3 guns, he's doing a great job, right?
Yeah, I mean, Chavez is looking at 1 gun. It's Kyle Berry cross field. That's really the only one that Chavez is worried about. So if Chavez can get to that 50, it's really going to help Lukau over here in the snake.
Yeah, Lukau's absorbing 4 guns right now, Matt, right? Both the Drio's on him, back center's on him, God's on him. It's just the Snake Temple looking to shut up that D side.
Yeah, he has to stay alive and get some help. Here comes Fit. Fit now repositioning into Snake 2. No one's putting any pressure on him because everyone's looking out.
Yep.
Lukau.
He's playing just the way he should. He's hunting for hoppers, right? He gets the back center. Ooh, but he gets the trade. He had to back off that a little bit.
Yeah, Rich trades body for body, so still playing on their heels and tucking those bunkers as tight as they possibly can. ML King's trying to hold the line. Lukau doing a really good job over here, way on their side of the field. And Chavez has now made his way to the 50-yard line in the D-side snake, and he's got a body behind him.
Well, and Chavez keeps thinking he's shooting one of these guys, so eventually he catches one of the guys in the back.
Ooh, Lukau on an island over here. He has to be careful. There's nobody behind him. He does not need to engage in this snapshot battle.
No.
They have time, and they have position. Still a ton of time left, 10-20, and they're down by 2. He has to stay alive in this spot.
Great fill to the corner. I believe that's Kyle Berry. Oh, great freaking move. Oh, if Kyle would have just dropped into Snake 1 after he shot that guy. Ah, man. Now it's a 2-on-1 with Fit winning, and now it's a 1-on-1 with Fit winning their first point. No.
Yeah, I think it's a 1-on-2. Did the body die?
Yeah, it's 1-on-1 now, I think, Matt.
Yeah, so it's Donaldson and Chavez.
The 2 Utes battle out, and Chavez wins the battle.
Oh, man, that was by the hair there. Chinny chin chin as PB Fit going to put the point on the board with just Chavez alive. Great job by Lukau, though, to get all the way up in the snake and draw that pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, Chavez took his time to get into that 50, but they made it work in the end. It got a little dicey with that beautiful move that Kyle Berry made, because if you're right, if he had dove into Snake 1, that could have turned the tables on this one.
Yeah, it would have been 2-on-1 in their favor.
But yet another entertaining point, man.
And that's all we really
This
asked
field
for.
is a good one.
Yeah, and like I said, when you have a field that plays like this, remember that Matt Marshall and Rich Telford designed that field. We took our time, our energy, and our effort.
I would love to take that credit, but nope, that is our commissioner.
Yeah, good job, Jason. Tori's going back to the red side of the field. Aftermath to the blue side.
In the pits with Chavez and PB Fit.
No, it was broken snake. Way to fucking play, Chavi.
Momentum in this game seems like it's switched a little bit towards Aftermath. FSU starting off pretty strong that first point. The last 2 points have been all Aftermath. Aftermath in the snake on the break and gets shot. One of the first people we've seen shot going snake on the break. Both teams are making it. FSU now with both snakes and the center brick and the center can, Maddie. So putting a lot of pressure up to the 40/50 yard lines, Maddie.
Yeah, Notorious has a great cross-field spread, especially now that ABJ is calling up past the 50 yard, and there's no one. He must have got some good comms. He knows there's no one in there with him. They shot that first body in front of him, and he gets into the most crucial spot. And then he's going to get some help as well, too, as Ty Bateman comes up, and they're going to get that cross-field pinch on Aftermath, who's stuck in these back spots. They still have 4 bodies alive, but not really in position to counterattack. Now they're trying to get into position to counterattack, but he gets shot out. And Archie Barnes, feeling no pressure, wraps around, dices up that back center.
It's 2 for ABJ, Maddie.
Yeah, stays alive.
And again, man, that paint they're shooting is so much brighter than the yellow paint. It's amazing.
I mean, if ABJ gets this 3-pack, might have to put him on the list courtesy of Pate Smith Law, but Corey Hall set the bar decently high in that 3-pack he had in point.
And ABJ gets dinked out, Maddie. FSU's
so Rich, that means he's not going on the list.
Yeah, he's going on a different list, Matt. A different list. 2 players left alive for Aftermath, but they're in a tough spot in Dorito 1 and Dorito 3. 4 players left alive for FSU as they go down the snake side and put a lot of pressure. Oh, and looks like...
well, Bateman gets shot. Marky Franz gets shot. I was going to say, hey, if you're in any spots on the field to be in a low body situation, those Doritos are not bad. They're kind of fortresses. As I think Carter comes over and dices up Morris, and then, yeah, 1 player left alive, snuck in here on the snake side for Notorious to hit that buzzer.
That was
clean.
Aftermath almost pulled off a 4-on-2 there, Maddie.
Oh, Logan Dyer. So he's a bit of a veteran now at this stage in the game.
A bit of a veteran.
Well, played on AC Dallas, and, I mean, he's been playing high-level paintball for quite a long time. But, we talked about on this field that the teams that prevail out here are going to be ones that thrive in the chaos, that are good in the scramble. And Logan Dyer, when the chaos set in, even with the counterattack coming from those Doritos, was able to stay alive. And this is not 10-man. Live bodies do not count. You just need 1 alive to hit that buzzer to get that point.
Let's see if Fit can win this breakout. Made a big difference last point. Keeping 5 bodies alive.
Stewart and Mason, snake side. Looks like Colt going to be back center. Oh, Johnson getting a spin. 1-on-1 sensation, Johnson.
Yeah, he's playing that can over there. So he does.
Under 10,
5 life, both teams, Maddie.
Yeah, more aggressive breakout here currently for the ML Kings. Even with the lead, they send a body to the wedge off the break, and he makes it clean. So they are going to be losing their back player, though, here out of that South Electronics tower. So it's a 4-on-5 situation in favor of Fit. John Peterson was the one that made the move to the wedge off the break.
Yeah, he's back to skinny Peterson.
He is. He lost 20 pounds.
Yeah, Fit looks like they're diving in the snake. Fit first in the snake, and ML King's player was looking the wrong way. And they probably don't even know that they're in the snake.
2 more bodies, Rich, have just come off for the ML Kings, so not looking good for them.
Yeah, Kings are falling apart here.
Yeah, Fit should be able to tie this one up. Chavez is past the 50-yard line in that D-side snake. And
oh, Harris Hussein getting a spin out there. Shout out to Harris, his brother Arslan.
Yeah, so Mason and Chavez, the first attackers. The gunfights in the zone control is what got it done, though, for Fit. So,
well, that built off of winning the break, not losing 2 bodies on the break, right? Keeping 5 bodies alive, allowing the play to develop, allowing them to do what they do well.
Wow. I wonder if they run that line again, because I think that's the first spin we've seen out of Johnson.
I think so, too, on the D side.
Lukow did a lot of work up there for him in the snake in the last one, so they gave him a rest. And then Stewart and May, yeah, just good across the board. But great zone control because the ML Kings lost Kaya early. out of the can, or sorry, out of the stand-up tower, and then they were trying to filter bodies out wide, which is the correct move for the ML Kings in that situation.
100%.
Fit knew it. They controlled those zones. They got those kills, and then Peterson was up there at the wedge. He got shot out of that spot. Not much they could do after that. So gonna have a tied game. Mason, oh man, he's got a great mustache for this event. Some guys can grow a good mustache. Some people can't. And he definitely can.
You?
Yeah, I could grow a good mustache, but I can't because my dad has a mustache.
Oh.
And he's had a mustache his whole life. So I want my wife to think I'm attractive, so I cannot have a mustache.
Gotcha.
She's not into that.
You want to be taken seriously as a journalist.
So 9 minutes.
Math, 4 across the back. Dorito side snake.
Yeah, tie game right now here, and tie on the body count as well, too. A little bit better field position here for Notorious.
Aftermath. Snake 2, Matt.
Aftermath does have a body, though, top side snake. Ty Bateman taking the early walk, though, for Notorious. Marky Franz, though, at the wedge. Trying to keep Aftermath honest over there on the D-side snake. But here comes the moves. ABJ is now past the 50-yard line. Hunting in front of him. He hears the gun. He's probably going to come around. Oh, no. It looks like Castro's going to get the drop on a beautiful job.
Castro stays alive, too, Matty. I thought the corner caught him, but he didn't.
Well, what was interesting is that, Rich, Castro was the one that shot his gun. ABJ didn't hear it or didn't want to make the move. And then Castro goes through, checks off the lane, punks out ABJ, and now he's alive on Notorious' side of the field. Great job by Castro.
Yeah, he's going to catch that guy in the can as soon as he pops the top.
Yeah, he's using the pin to block out. But now he's got to push in a little bit. Okay, perfectly done. And then that forces the reaction to trade. So that's a four-pack for Castro.
He shot the guy going up the middle, shot ABJ, shot both of those guys. So four-pack.
Going on the list, Castro. Might win some money. So Pate Smith Law, specialize in property claims against your insurance company. So if your insurance company doesn't want to pay, you need to call it Pate. And he's a hardcore paintball guy, man. Giving cash prizes for best move of the prelims. $500 and $1,000 for Sunday.
That is amazing.
So yeah, Ethan Castro putting the team on his back a little bit there with a nice
no
four-pack.
Pressure. No pressure.
Don't know if it was. I'd got to go back and rewatch all those moves. So, but man, Corey had some style points on his too.
For sure.
I can't remember the score when that happened, but this one was important for Aftermath because it's such a close game.
But Castro did it with 3 or 4 bodies left alive. Corey did it down on bodies, right?
Yeah.
So even though there's a 1-body difference, it's very close.
We measure it on it's like the gymnastics it's level of difficulty.
Exactly.
It's obviously a little subjective.
There's the gumption factor. Harris getting another spin for ML Kings. Bringing in the big gun. See if he can capitalize and get a kill on the snake side. No, it looks like he's shooting D side.
ML Kings here out in the blind zone, shooting a lane towards the snake side and then getting in clean. They get a body into the snake as well, too.
Yep. Right into snake 2. He's going to wrap and see if Colt's on him from back center. Oh, Harris Hussein taking an early walk from back center there. This back center is actually a really tricky spot, Matty. A lot of people shoot paint in there. I saw you walk in the field quite a bit. I'm sure you saw that.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of back guys that die here at this event.
Walk out scratching their head like, who the hell just shot me?
Yeah.
4-on-4 as Paintball Fit loses their first snake attacker from the corner. ML Kings with 2 in the back, the snake corner and the Dorito can, snake 2 and Dorito 3.
Acevedo with some good comms, talking it up for the ML Kings from snake 2. They do allow Chavez to get into D-side snake 1. Now he's going to call D-side snake 2. And then he's going to get a little help. Fit filters Johnson out to D1. He's going to move up and get into D3. So a couple nice secondary moves as Chavez is now at the 50-yard line. Got Johnson behind him in D3.
And you called it. They spun that line, right? Colt getting shot at back center there. That's going to allow the player for ML Kings, Acevedo here, to go forward. 2-on-4 advantage now for ML Kings. No one on this side of the field for Paintball Fit, man.
Couple gunfight losses here for Fit. Typically don't see that too much out of them. That's their bread and butter. And then it looks like Chavez, not much he could do in that situation. He gets bunkered out. Acevedo's still alive.
3-on-1.
Here, yeah, 3-on-1 situation. Looking really good for the ML Kings to try to retake the lead. Johnson, the lone body for Fit.
Going forward.
Somehow makes it alive into that 50 on the D side, but gets pinched out. So, solid close here for the ML Kings. They won 2 quick gunfights, and that was the difference maker.
I was going to also point out to you that there's extra ventilation in our netting, so please make sure you have your glasses on at all times.
Yeah,
anybody that comes up.
Well, people will ask sometimes, like, "Hey, man, it's a really cloudy day out. Why do you have your sunglasses
Because
on?" I'm like, "Because I get shot in the face up here at least once every other tournament."
They're coming in hot. Rocky Franz can just step up here. He's had a couple points where he's died out earlier, died out at the crucial part in the point. He needs to stay alive for his team and be a leader out there.
In the pits with ML Kings, the 1-point lead. Let's listen in real quick.
Great fucking trade. When I see him, if you're going to do that, I need someone to be offensive. John, good job, buddy. Hey, guys, 0-0. 0.
Aftermath with the 1-point lead, courtesy of Castro in that last one with the 4-pack, and they're going to be on the blue side now. See if Aftermath can hang on, because Notorious definitely likes to push forward. And they got some guys in some good spots. Looks like Logan Dyer in a real good position here. He's going to crawl up into Snake 3. They got some attack going on the D-side Snake as well, too. D-side Snake 1.
Pressure. FSU's getting no pressure, man. They're all the way in the 50 Snake now. Aftermath's closest guy is the God. Aftermath's got 2 this way, 2 D-side. They're about to lose one of their players in the middle.
Yeah, free kill for Dyer.
He's going to get that can, too, if he pushes the bunker forward and shoots that. He gets another one. That's 2 for Dyer.
2-pack for Dyer. Dyer sees Aftermath dive a body, though, into D-side Snake 1, so he's going to focus on that. Kind of has to live by his gun from this position or get down real low. Yeah. Got 2 options there.
Well, there's 4 other players from FSU that should be getting in this game right now, because Dyer just shot 3 guys, Matt.
Yeah, Dyer's on fire right now.
4-on-1, 5-on-1. Dyer getting shot, but trading.
Yeah, but the damage had already been done.
For sure.
So being very proactive on the attack as Logan Dyer setting the pace and the tempo there in that point. And just, Mazurek in there, everyone kind of just trying to do damage control, honestly, for Aftermath. They weren't in great positions, trying to figure out which way they need to put their guns, dealing with all these threats.
What you cannot do on this field, though, Matt, is let the other team get a guy in the Snake, come all the way to your side of the field, and not contend with that guy. If you don't get in the Snake with him, there's nothing to keep him from coming on your side. And when you have 2 people up the middle in vulnerable positions, you have to really protect that real estate.
So Arky Franz, thumbs up, hit the buzzer, and the point is good. So tie game, Aftermath 3, Notorious 3. And heading into this next one with ML Kings and Fit. ML Kings with a 1-point lead. There's Magic, one of the best players out of Europe. Second event with the squad, I believe. They also picked up Bogdan, another Eastern European player.
I like the way that FSU plays both leagues, like European and here. Like that gives you twice the experience, right? Twice the opportunities to learn what you need to learn.
Well, if you can do it, and if it's possible, even if it as an individual, like, hey, if you can get on a European team or an Asian team or South American, whatever, you have to go to there and be one of their best guys. It just really ratchets up your abilities, whatever innate talent you have.
Yep.
It hones it quickly. So into this next one here, looks like ML King's going aggressive into that Dorito Snake 1 off the break. And here comes Stewart. Stewart in a good spot right now for PB Fit as he's taking a ton of ground. Grenade goes off. Couple bodies, just one body. One body coming off. Thought we were going to lose 2 here for ML Kings.
Colt trying to move up the middle, getting caught again, Matty.
Yeah, he had no idea that the player was all the way into that D-side 50 Snakes.
Fit's doing the same thing on this side. They're all the way on this Snake.
Ooh, Chavez drops the hammer, though. Top side is Stewart. Right on the other side, Acevedo. Acevedo is probably going to get a free kill here on Stewart. He does. He stays alive. He loses his back player, though. Still one more body for the ML Kings. Going to try to deal with Chavez on that D side, and here he comes through, and Chavez on the outside of that stays alive, does get clipped cross field, so believe we have a 2-on-1 situation here in favor of PB Fit with just Acevedo left alive for the ML Kings, and a good cross field spread for the 2 for PB Fit. So with Johnson, he's at D2.
Yeah, Johnson D2, and I think it's Lockout in the Snake corner there. 2-on-1, very close game here. As there catches one over the top there, can't really blame him. Can't go down, get your eyes off the field in a 2-on-1 there.
Yeah, I mean, he was in a tough spot. His head was on a swivel, but with the field spread, that's ideal situation. Now, if you're in a 2-on-1 and you're the 2, you don't want to be on the same side of the field.
Yeah.
And if you're the 1, you're hoping they are. So not much that Acevedo could do in that situation. So Mason and Johnson alive in the chaos. Johnson getting checked out by the ref. Point is good, and another tie game. We've had 2 sets today, and they've both been really solid matches. So now Aftermath taking the field, locked up with Notorious.
A lot of these points, it's coming down to who wins this snake battle, Matt.
Yeah, snake battle was crucial. They're seeing a lot of points won, or at least playing a huge issue with that D side. Again, the field is playing exactly like we thought it would play. Snake side is crucial. Lots of points or damage can be done from that D side snake. We've seen some closes through the middle. We're seeing back guys die a decent amount. Pretty much the scouting report for this field has been accurate. Bogdan off the break over his shoulder for Notorious, trying to shoot at Aftermath, streaking now, and nobody's coming off for Aftermath. Wasn't able to hit on that shot. Is Castro going to dip into the snake, go right to snake 2? For Aftermath, gets that inside kill, so Bogdan filled up to the can and gets diced up. Body advantage currently for Aftermath.
FSU did take the drill side snake on the break, though, Matty, so good penetration over there for FSU.
Good repositioning for Aftermath to get into D2 and D3. Feeling a little bit of pressure, so not going to go up into that snake quite yet.
Yeah, you got to check that off. Can't just crawl into that gun. Aftermath penetrating down the snake.
Castro continuing to put on a clinic here in the snake for Aftermath. Tell you what, man, it was 105 degrees at ASG in Paris, California, and they were the last team out there practicing in the afternoon when it was the hottest.
Yeah.
They definitely prepared for this.
They work hard.
Battle now. This is our D-side angle. Both guys going to be coming out on the trade.
So 3 on none now. As soon as Aftermath figures out that there's no one on the other team, they're going to go through, hit that buzzer, and be up by 1 point with some amount of time. A little surprised Austin Notorious hasn't conceded this point yet.
Yeah, they're going to be down by 1. There's a little under 5 to go.
Who's coaching Notorious now? Huh. Interesting.
Well, they have quite the 2, 4, 6 guys on their staff.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
I think it's Charles, though.
Okay.
We did a practice report. You guys will probably be seeing that during the lunch break with Notorious, the Bears, and Aftershock, who trained at the Badlands this past weekend. So check that out. All right, Fit and ML Kings locked at 3. Close game here. And this is a pretty tough bracket, man. Dynasty, Shock, Fit, Infamous, and the ML Kings. Always good to get that first win on the board. Who's it going to be? Tough to tell right now, Rich, right? I mean, This is really anyone's game with not a lot of time left to go. So on the breakout here looks like PB Fit going to be getting into Snake 1 off the break. Going to be losing Chavez, though, and a penalty assessed here on PB Fit. That's going to destroy their whole D side, and they lose Colt out of the back center. So it's not looking good for Fit right now as we crack the 5-minute mark. ML King still
5 on 2, Matty.
Yeah, 5 bodies left alive, 5 on 2. Donaldson getting checked out by the ref. Looks like he's good to go. So probably just a matter of time. We'll see if Fit can have some low body heroics here. Going to be tough, though. Acevedo hunting in the snake, trying to find this body. Oh, that's a tough death for Acevedo.
Yeah.
You got to shoot Stewart in that one. They do clip out Mason, though, so it's just Stewart all by his lonesome over here, and that is going to force a concession. One of the quicker points we've seen out here as a bomb blew off for PB Fit. Yeah, the thing they really need to tighten up, Rich, is the start of the point, right? Because they normally shoot bodies on the break and stay alive.
Yep.
And the points they're losing, they're not doing that.
I think that's a very accurate description of the problem.
I mean, not the toughest diagnosis on this one, because it's happening right at the start of everything. And this is that type of field, though, man. Like, you have to be able, and they've recovered. This is a really close game. So we'll see if it keeps going blow for blow and point for point. Probably going to see a couple more with the way
Fingers
it's
crossed.
going. Aftermath, slight lead here. Castro is putting a clinic on in the snake, but they do run 2 lines.
Snake on the break for Aftermath. Dorito 3 and Snake 1. 5 alive for both squads. Oh, FSU's on their first attacker, Dreer side, Matty.
Yeah, Bateman taking the walk. They get ABJ in the snake, though.
Aftermath losing their first guy from the Can of Death on that D side. They quickly fill out to that drill corner, lose him as well. Good zone control there from FSU. 4-on-3 advantage for them now.
Yeah, really good zone control for Notorious as they're just dicing up bodies on that D side. It's going to make ABJ's life a lot easier here in the Snake. Doesn't have to worry about those crossfield shots.
Yep. All he's got to do is trade out with the guy in front of him. Doesn't need to do anything fancy. Just wait until he finds out which way that guy's looking and go the opposite side and get him.
Burr comes around, gets the shot, and stays alive. Probably begging for a penalty, not going to get it.
No, he's gone. ABJ getting caught there, but that's okay. 3-on-1 now for FSU as Aftermath's last player is in the Can of Death on the D side.
So it looks like did Lucas trade out with him, with ABJ?
Yeah.
Or did ABJ
trade the Snake.
Okay, yeah. So the close from the D side now in the Snake. They're past the 50-yard line is Notorious trying to find this last body. He's in D1.
Yeah, he snuck out to that D corner. And he's going. He knows he's way down on bodies, so he's trying to go forward and either win or lose this point quickly so that his guys can come back out with 5 bodies alive. And he's been eliminated, so FSU is going to win this point, Matty.
Good close. Matchuk got in there after ABJ's death. Carter in the middle. Yep, good. Solid close here for Notorious. Keep this one interesting, man. 4-4.
Man, the matches just keep going like this. Huh.
We'll be done at 8 o'clock, but we'll be very entertained all day long.
Until like 6, right? then we're going to crash, obviously.
Yeah, I'm going to need someone to bring me a coffee this afternoon. That would be great.
Mark's gun, please, right now. Hey, Carter.
In the pits right now with Notorious. Good to see Carter back. Product of Team USA and BKI. It's been cool now because they've had that going for years now.
Yeah.
So like Trujillo came out of that. Carter came out of that. We're starting to see some, guys become big components of pro squads.
Very cool.
Jose, get over there, Jose.
Looking over the shoulders here, Colt. See if Colt, blasting 2 lanes here off the break, man.
I saw that little switch up there.
Yeah,
shot D-side early.
His reflexes are so quick.
Yeah.
You see how quickly he gets from lane to lane.
Yeah, he definitely whips that gun around.
So pretty even here as far as you see our eye in the sky. Both teams have a body in the Snake. Both teams pretty much going with the exact same game plan. With 4 minutes to go, Fit down by 1 as ML Kings get a body out wide, help out their first attacker in the Snake.
Yeah, and even now, early on this Friday, Matty, you're starting to see people gravitate away from those big center bunkers that they were playing in practice and were playing earlier this morning, and just really focusing on, we're going to get 3 guys to the D side and 2 guys Snake side, or 3 guys Snake side and 2 guys D side.
Battle going down in the Snake right now as Stewart is all the way on the ML Kings side. Kaya does not know he's there. He does now, and they're going to trade out.
Yeah, and hey, both those guys did their jobs, right? They got the guy in front of them off the field, and then we'll see what the second guys do.
Well, yesterday I was talking to Ryan Moorhead, and he said this is a bloody thinking man Snake. Because you can't really you're not getting a lot of help when you're in the Snake. Your back guy can't do that much for you. You really kind of have to get it done by yourself. You have to be listening to the gun, your opponent, watch the bunkers move, see the streams of paint, and read that, and then you have to play aggressive. And it's going to get bloody in there. You're going to get bunkered out a lot. If you're this one on the Snake side, that's always the case, but particularly on this layout.
ML Kings are up by a body. Harris Hussein going from the small temple into the Snake insert, looking inside. They've got a point advantage here, so they're not looking to push down the field. I think they know exactly where the Fit guys are. Snake corner, back center, Dorito can, and Dorito 3. Looking to push up that D side is Paintball Fit with 3 players center that way. Only 1 player over here on the island Snake side. But Paintball Fit, there we go. They fill from the corner into the Snake. They've got to get in a position where they can mount some offense, right, Matty? Because they're down by a point here, and there's only 2:20 or 2:30 left. And you're not gonna get into offensive position from that back center from that Dorito can. So the emphasis is on the 2 1s, the Snake corner, and the Dorito 3 to go forward, find a target, and exploit it.
They have a little bit of time to work with. 2:19 to go. Time ticking off this clock here as Fit is going to have to put themselves in attacking position. So they're in Snake 1 and D1. Or sorry, D3, so they're close.
I like Harris Hussein going into the Snake now, Matty, because he can force the Fit guy to come up and have to trade out with him, right? And when they're a 1-body advantage here and up by a point, that's the kind of math you want to be doing. Fit gets into that top Dorito 50, Matty.
Well, yeah, move needed to happen at that time, so they are putting themselves in position to attack with the appropriate amount of time on the clock. Minute 45. It's not reckless attack time quite yet, but they're at the 50.
Bad death. Donaldson getting shot out of that Dorito 3, Matty.
Yeah, and again, those D2, D3 are a bit of a fortress, so not a position you want to be losing a gunfight out of when you're up a point with not a lot of time left.
3-on-4 body advantage now for Paintball Fit, or 3-on-4.
So Johnson at the 50-yard line, Snake on that Dorito side for PB Fit, and they also have, I believe, Stewart into Snake 3 with 1:15.
Try to bounce off the pin into Harris Hussein's back.
Yeah, and a one body advantage. There is a bounce shot from there. You just got to get a little bit lucky on it.
Kyle Berry starting to talk to Harris from the Snake corner. 60 seconds, Matty, within a minute now. One body advantage here for Paintball Fit. Oh, Harris can't die here. He's getting pressure from the back from that cross shot from the other 50.
Yeah, he felt might have been a bounce shot, too.
Oh, Chavez taking the walk, Matty. Johnson, only player left for Fit. 3-on-3 now. Lockout going up the center of the field. Kyle Berry gets caught. Terrible death there for Kyle Berry.
Yeah, so it's a 2-on-3 situation.
Oh, and Harris gets caught.
Well, Johnson gets the crossfield shot. Harris could not hide from that position, so Johnson gets the key kill. They get another gunfight win, and PB Fit is going to tie this one up with, we'll see when they actually hit the buzzer, but they might just let the time burn off and go right to overtime.
Man, Kings had that game, Matty. It was a 3-on-3. They had the spots. They just didn't execute. They just sat there and waited for Fit, and then Fit was able to figure out the puzzle and win.
Yeah, they won a couple key gunfights. It started with Donaldson's death at a D3. We talked about it a bit in the last set. D2 and D3 are, you could call any bunkers out here a fortress based on the way that those are angled. You can survive in there for quite a long time. In fact, you can kind of just hide and wait to get bunkered.
To run you, right? Yeah. Force them to run you there.
Yeah, so that's what's possible, but we have seen a couple guys lose gunfights in key moments from those positions. So there's Johnson. Great job, man. He's been doing some work over there. He was a big component of that push, because they lost Chavez, and then Johnson was the one that got the key crossfield kill.
Yep, he went forward on
after he went. Yeah, he went past the 50-yard line on the D side. He got that crucial crossfield kill on Harris Hussein, and that's what broke it open. I mean, his boys won some gunfights too, but that death, Harris had to die right then.
What I would say to Harris in that situation, if he's in that situation again, is just crawl forward and trade out with that guy, right? Because you're already up by one body when Donaldson's still alive. Just crawl forward, trade out with them. Now Kyle's the only one on this side of the field, and you've won that point.
Another tie game right now with Aftermath and Notorious. Just 3 minutes to go. Looks like Aftermath's going to go aggressive into that Dorito Snake 1. A little bit more conservative here for Notorious. Man, Aftermath playing this like they need a point. I like this aggressive breakout here for Aftermath as they're already at the 50-yard line on that Dorito side.
They lose their first guy, Snake side, though, from the Snake Temple. FSU now into Snake 2 with ABJ. 4-on-4 here as FSU loses their player from that Snake Temple. In practice, that guy was taking a lot of heat, Matty. Just getting shot at a lot. It's a really tough bunker to play because everyone in the field kind of shoot at it.
Well, Notorious went more counterpunch and let Aftermath start it off, but ABJ found himself in a great spot. He's past the 50-yard line, but then he gets cut down. And then here comes Aftermath on a counterpunch with Castro.
Yeah.
So Castro's still alive. He's crawling up here past the 50 onto Notorious's side. Going to try to work that crossfield shot. Gets the free kill inside, and then he's going to launch.
Yep.
Didn't have to shoot that body out of the Aztec as his teammates got that kill.
FSU should concede this point immediately.
Man, Castro looking good out here.
No, not going to concede. Gonna let it go down a little bit. Good call.
Started, though, top side, at D side.
Castro's scary in that Snake.
Yeah, he's getting good. They train a lot, man. Wayne's got a good thing going at ASG. I've been up there quite a bit. Helping coach the Narcos. That's a great bunch of guys. A lot of hard workers on that team.
I'm so happy you're coaching.
It's fun, man. I enjoy it. And it's just, it takes a village, right? We went to war a lot back in the day.
Well,
so.
it's good to give back too, right? Like you've literally got a wealth of knowledge that you've accumulated over these last 60 or 70 years that you've been playing.
So old, I know.
And like your ability to pass that down to the next generation is super cool, man.
But that's what's cool is I go out there and I just see the Aftermath guys grinding and grinding and grinding. Even on weekends that they don't have full team practices, a lot of those guys are still out there. So
yeah, if you're not passionate about this sport, find something else because it's too tough. Fit losing one on the break again, Matty.
Yeah, so that's going to do it here with regulation. We're going to head to our first overtime of this tournament. Pretty much all the games have been close. Biggest spread was a 3-point spread for Shock, taking down Infamous, but Impact barely beat Diesel. We got tie ball games in this set.
1 minute.
So overtime, who is it going to be? Tough to call, really, Rich, because the momentum has swung back.
But we know what it's probably going to come down to, right? It's probably, if Fit's going to win, they need to keep 5 alive, right? They don't necessarily need to shoot anybody, but at least have even bodies. And then whoever's going to win this bottom snake battle or the top Dorito battle.
Do you think they go take a page out of Impact's book and go with those back spots and then secondary up,
Yes.
or do you think they're going to risk?
I think they'll probably risk, but I think the move is to do the Impact. 5 across the back, give your 5 guns up, and then go.
Yeah, so Impact, a couple points in a row in that first set. They went with a safer game plan, but then immediately launched on some secondaries. But they have great running and shooting ability, so they're running and gunning out to the back spots essentially, and then they would launch into secondaries. But it worked out really well for them, kind of proving, hey, that can be done on this field, and they did it twice. Then they went hyper aggressive the third point after that. So I like those play calls. But yeah, in overtime, I think that might be the move. Because Fit does do such a good job of shooting bodies on the break, so I might want him safe.
Castro running and shooting to Snake 1, looking inside, Maddie.
If Aftermath can put a point on the board here and burn maybe 40 seconds off, best case scenario for them. They'll have a 2-point lead, and Notorious knows it. They're going heavy on that Dorito side and in the middle. They're already at the 50s very quickly, and they're really putting the pinch here on Aftermath.
Yeah.
Aftermath trying to tuck into their spots and stay alive here and try to control zones.
FSU all the way to Aftermath side of the field with that big brick on the D side, but Aftermath losing their first attacker D side.
And they're going to be losing another body.
Yeah, it's a 4-on-2 here, or 5-on-2 advantage here for FSU, Maddie.
Desperation run for David, and yeah, it looks like Notorious started with that attack. I'm liking the early attack on the D side.
Yeah.
Seems to be the safer route to run. We keep seeing, I mean, really, have we seen anyone get shot trying to make it into Snake 1 on the D side?
Nope.
I don't think so.
They went to D3 and got caught, but the guy who released the snake made it all the way. Harris got that kill,
and then
that way.
And then the wedge in the middle shading towards the D side also seems to be pretty survivable on the break. Lots of guys are taking that and staying alive, not catching much heat. Now that could change, because if the guns shift that way, you only got 5 guns, right? You can't cover every single zone. So that's when the coaches, these elite coaches out here, are trying to read the trends and then pick the right game plan to send the bodies where the guns are not.
30 seconds.
In the pits right now with Notorious.
Hey, get Archie cleaned up. The other game is in overtime, okay? So get ready, get some water, take a breath, let's get on the line and talk.
10 seconds.
Is it on? Is it
Overtime point here, throwing 5 minutes on the clock, locked up at 4 as Fit on the red side, ML Kings on the blue side. Both teams go right into the snake here. A little bit better position for Acevedo for the ML Kings.
Lockout took a hard bounce out of back center. They're getting a check, Matty.
Yeah, he's feeling the pinch. Oh, gets that lucky bounce, though.
Yep.
Oh, they're going to be, I thought they're losing Chavez, but he's going to do a little tactical retreat.
Reposition. 5-on-5 still, Matty.
They're going to leapfrog him going to D3.
Yeah, it looks like Fit wants to attack that top snake, the Dorito side snake, a little bit more than they want the bottom snake. Getting 5 alive with both teams. Azevedo inside snake 2 looking inside. Kyle Berry filling snake corner behind him. Got Skinny Peterson over there in the can of death looking this way to put some more pressure on the snake side from the Dorito side.
Yeah, Skinny Peterson is just shooting his gun, totally dedicated here towards the snake lane.
Yeah.
And they have some forward progression on both sides now. So D-side snake 1 is hot. Snake 2 for the ML Kings.
Colt gets out of back center, goes to that snake side insert. I like that.
Yeah, Rich, a little bit better field position for the ML Kings right now. We'll see what Acevedo does. He's going to crawl up here into snake 3, thinking about cutting through the gap, and he's going to commit.
I think it's Elias in back center for the Kings. He should look to get out of there and reposition either D side or snake side.
So Acevedo playing the aggressor here. Stewart has been content to chill at snake 2, and he's shooting that cross-field lane.
Yeah, the problem with Acevedo playing aggressively, he's got 3 bodies in front of him, right? So even, he gets a cross shot though on that D1, Matty.
Yeah, huge kill on Chavez, and anytime you can shoot Chavez, you're really helping your team's chances, as he's a huge threat for Fit.
Yeah, now the one player over there for Fit is on an island, right, Matt? If that guy on Fit dies over there, he's in big trouble. But Colt sees that and makes a great read, Matt. Goes all the way back from the snake to the back center to help out that D side because they lost that player. They're really good read from Colt.
Yeah, that's a risky retreat, but Colt makes it clean. So nice job by Colt Lucal. Stewart still at snake 2. He's got Mason behind him. 5-on-4 situation still in favor of the ML Kings, with Acevedo getting that beautiful crossfield shot on Chavez.
Yeah, Kings have 2 guys on that D side, 1 in the snake, 1 in the corner. And again, we're in overtime, which is 5 minutes, and the first team to score a point here will get the win for this match. Fitz sneaking into that top side, drill side snake, Matty. I don't know if they know he's there or not.
Yeah, that's Johnson. So Johnson in a good position. D side.
Johnson rapping, gunfighting over there, using those one-on-one skills he learned in the Hormesis challenge.
Yeah, man, he was a stud at the one-on-ones in the duel. Oh, but he gets caught, though, losing a gunfight. So Johnson...
And
oh, no, did he trade out? Okay, yeah. Traded out, so it's a 4-on-3.
Couldn't afford to trade out in that situation just because he was the only one on that tape. Because if they contain Colt in the back center and move into that top snake again on the D side, then ML King's going to win this point easily.
For sure, Rich. So Colt's the closest body to the D side, and he's at the back center. So he's going to look to fill, but they're putting a ton of pressure on him because the ML Kings have outside containment. You'll hear us talk about outside containment constantly because where the ML Kings are at in that D3 position, it's just a little move into that D1 snake, and then he can start making his way up into those crucial spots. Now, Colt does make a nice fill to the can. Can get small, but look for him to try to dip into those Doritos when he can.
Yeah. Elias is channeling his best Harris Hussein now, finally filling out of the back center, going to the center can. He's going to look to come up the middle seam, put pressure on the 2 players on this snake side.
And they finally, it's just that's tough. It's really hard to live in that can in this position, and Colt gets pinched out. Yeah. So that leaves just Stewart and Mason over here.
Yeah, barring a catastrophe, the Kings are going to win this point. They've got 3 bodies on the 50. Fit is stuck with 1 snake, just 1 player left. No one left alive.
Well, they only have a minute to work with, but they did just shoot out Stewart. So they got Mason. Okay, so the ML Kings going to be taking the win here in overtime.
Good play there from Acevedo, staying alive there the whole point.
Yeah, Acevedo, he was having some really good
He had 3 guys in front of him and didn't force that trade.
Yeah, him playing well in this snake was huge for the ML Kings. I mean, they did go blow for blow, but the ML Kings got to tip my hat in respect to their back players because, Fit thrives off the break, right? So where did they start winning this game? By starting to beat Fit at what they're really good at. So it started off best case scenario for them. Fit's tough. Obviously, hanging in there is a close game, went all the way into overtime. But just a little bit better off the break here for the ML Kings, and also a little bit more proactive on the offense.
Just a little bit.
And the ML Kings sitting, 5th in their division. And the ML Kings need to have a good performance. They're 17th overall. And, so it's ML Kings, Notorious, Uprising, and NYX who are on the bubble of relegation. And this is a good start for the ML Kings.
Like ABJ did a last-minute switch and went to D side. We're going to go to that D side 50 on the break.
5-5 the score, and we might see another overtime point as there's just 46 seconds left to go.
Most likely. ABJ is up in that 50 side, drill side, though.
Yeah, Notorious goes back to that the hardcore attack on the D side of the field. Yeah, switching ABJ that way.
He gets 1 kill out of the center, but there's just not going to be enough time. They lose their first attacker snake side. 4-on-4 here, Matty.
Yeah, Logan Dyer taking the walk for Notorious. So even though they do have great positions with ABJ, another body at that wedge, and they do have Snake 1, Aftermath also in some decent spots too. Again, D3 and D2 are a bit of a fortress over there. You can stay alive in there for a long time. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could just hide and wait to get run down. And now so we're going to see another overtime point here.
Thank you. And again, we don't charge extra for overtime points. This is included in your package, guys, so just enjoy this. X-ball, meaning there's no other teams in the rotation, so there'll be a 2-minute break in between this and the next point, which will be our overtime point. It'll be 5 minutes long.
Well, do not go anywhere after this overtime match ends here, because we have X Factor versus Diesel and Dynasty versus Infamous coming up next.
Listen, bangers, bro. We're bringing bangers this morning.
All day long. Yeah, this morning bracket is definitely got some good games on paper here. Interested to see how Impact, with their win against Diesel, is going to do against Notorious. They're on deck after this. And then Shock beat Infamous. They play the ML Kings, but the ML Kings just warmed up in a win against Fit.
Could be good.
So again, tough to call on this one. If you had to give the nod, do you think it's dead even right now? Obviously, on the point score, the score it is. But do you see one team with a slight edge right now?
I feel like Notorious has. I don't know. Honestly, if Castro can get in the snake and play offensively, I think Aftermath has the advantage. If they can get Castro off the field, which has been like kind of their offense, then Notorious has a chance.
If I'm Wayne, I'm definitely throwing Castro's line out.
Oh, giddy up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Castro's line out. And then Notorious has been a little bit more proactive on the offense. They're throwing blows a little bit earlier. Both teams have been really good on the counter punches. Again, hence why it's 5-5 going into overtime. Yeah, kind of tough to call here.
They're going to do that 5 across. They're going to do the 5 across the back, probably take a couple seconds and then insert forward. Giving them 5 guns up. Or 4 guns up in Castro Snake.
10 seconds.
FSU is much more challenging to guess what they're doing because they've been kind of all over the place. Looks like ABJ is coming back to this tape. ABJ snake corner on the break. It's alive. Aftermath takes the top. Dorito side snake, Maddie. Goes right to that first wing. Someone call that Dorito 4. Oh, first penalty here. FSU drawing a penalty, so 3-on-5 advantage. Aftermath losing a body and drawing a penalty, so 3-on-3 now, Maddie.
Yeah, Rich. Penalties on both sides have made this very interesting here in overtime, but a quick read and react in the chaos is crucial here, and it's going to be Aftermath as they get all the way into the backfield. So they were first to realize what had just happened. So even though they got a penalty and that decimated their line, read the situation perfectly and able to make it very quickly through Notorious's guns to seal up this victory. So hard-fought battle from Notorious, but it will be a 1-point loss for them. Great looks for Aftermath as Trujillo and I believe Lucas over here. I think that was Lucas who was able to read that situation perfectly and close it out. He also got into D1 and was taking a ton of heat off the rest of his teammates. So both lines, that was not Castro's line, and they ended up taking the victory here. So both lines playing well for Aftermath. We're going to continue to see them run those 2 lines. Next up, X Factor taking on Diesel, and San Diego Dynasty taking on Infamous. Year 2024 NXL Major League Paintball Windy City Major. Manny Marshall, Rich Telford. We'll be back.
I mean, not really. You got a penalty.
Well, we had a good out. Next time we get out, just rub your loader.
I had no idea.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Ready to be out there. Good fucking.
Who running the game now? Foot on the gas and slow down. No, my team we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Yeah.